mention Young Monster, who is a hidden demon that I hope people are still aware of, but definitely are reacquainting themselves with, if not. Amazing set of players here. I mean, honestly, oftentimes, even as a West Coaster, I will say that I have thought that the East Coast has the best, you know, when it comes to things like online regional finals, even in-person events. I finally get to say that I think that this is the best. I think this is the best region that we have in the scene at the moment. Look at this list of players. It's incredible.
I think so
and
too.
I mean, look, you know, partly this is Fox moving from the East Coast and is over there now, right? There's stuff that's going on here, but there's also a lot of homegrown talent on this list. Players from California, from Texas, right? I mean, we have a lot of really strong players who are from this region, who are showing up big and are really representing super, super well. On top of that, the sort of history of it, the regionality of it, it's gonna be super fun, I think, when it comes to the characters.
Yes.
I'm expecting maybe 8 different mains that we see here, and then more than that, maybe we'll see like a secondary here or there. I don't know. We're gonna get into it pretty quick here. We're gonna start things off by looking at Sonic, Fox, and Retro. Fox coming in with, of course, the Cyrax Serena probably on the other side. That's been, unless they got new stuff, but Cyrax Serena has been causing big problems.
At the cameo select. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
This is ring around the rosy.
Yep.
They keep hovering over Sub-Zero though to deal with each other's zoning. It looks like they're trying to mirror each other in choices. I'm not too sure. I'm expecting.
What are we gonna do here? We got a blind pick maybe to call.
It's what we're used to seeing from Sonic. We have been seeing the Serena, but we also know that so many other cameos have been complementing the Cyrax Casino out there. We saw Souls using Frost almost do it in Oceania.
Yeah.
And we saw a little bit of action from the Serena as well earlier from the Twins in NA East. Guys, if you guys have been here all day, it has been an incredible weekend of Mortal Kombat. This is the final qualifier of the weekend. 5 other regions are already done and dusted. This character select is the longest one I've ever seen, as a side note. But to let
Okay, they land on double tremors? That would end up us after all of that back and forth. Yeah, okay. Cyrax, Tremor, and we have Retro with the Katana. Oh no, Sub, my bad, I misidentified it. That was Sub-Zero on the back there. Double Sub, vest on right away. You love to see, at the beginning, people having the vest on and dashing through, not, oh, do I need to block a projectile? Sometimes you see, no, get in there. You got a vest on, baby.
And let's see if the game has begun here for Retro. Bombs on the ground. There's gonna be a whole lot more coming. It's my first time seeing these two encounter in a professional setting. Retro only competed one time offline last Pro Comp. It was at Evolution. And then here in the online, finally getting a big result as one of the big clip masters of the game. And with the specialist of Katana, let's see what you're cooking up here.
Yo,
With the
bomb? Which character's got bombs here? What are we doing? Okay, nice.
And a parry. The princess has picked up a few new tricks here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, they both got one of those. Yep, yep. In for pressure. Escape failed even. Fox looking to tech out of the corner. We got Retro on the other side. Can put on the vest if he wants. Yes, there it is.
Not free to move, but
Woo!
Sonic with the
Dashes
immediate check. Wow. You're talking about that aggression when putting up the ice armor. They certainly feel it out there as Sonic. Let's see what the mix-up's going to be here. Mixed
We got
town
it again.
population,
Taking the meter.
Retro.
Holding on. Waiting to look for it. It was back one. Okay. Gonna seal it? Let me see. Yeah, alright, alright. Fox looking to seal it on the rounds. I'm really looking. Here's what I really want to see. Oh man. I really want to see somebody tech the back one and then get hit by the bomb anyway. Yes, you get hit by the bomb anyway. But the damage reduced is about 50%. It's a super, super big damage reduction.
You're a madman. Sonic. Back on the hunt here. So there's gonna be, it sets up the deep freeze here to put out 3 bombs.
Woo!
Retro with the immediate counter aggression, hit both of them. Unafraid
Wake
to
up,
ice
Sub.
armor up and swing.
That's what I'm talking about, yep. Yes! Identified it there too. These guys are swinging. Starting off super fast.
Yeah, so fast. Let's say the moment that they have options, they're immediately using it to avail. The moment that they have, a half of a meter of cameo, it's spent, and here it goes into the freeze. And would you like to play a game?
Yeah, I would. I'm hyped, man. I love seeing those big defensive moments. What do you got? How are you gonna get out of this? And hanging out. Defense? No, not for enough. Trying to stab out there with the down one, but Fox interrupted, looking for the kill on this, looking for the game one. Yes! 1-0 Sonic Fox. Cyrax Sub.
still equally as effective. A lot of people talking about the fact that it's only been Serena, you know, making this character as strong as they're perceived to be right now. When, again, we talked about earlier, I feel like a lot of cameos work with this style of play that can set up multiple bombs, because that's really all it takes. And as long as you have a cameo that can cancel off the command grab, you have that lethality. Frost, Sub-Zero, Serena, all of them can do that. And two really, really powerful setups.
I've seen really strong Cyrex Madame Bo stuff. Like, I feel like there's a good list of cameos that you can use. Just depends on what you want to focus on. As you can see, they were focusing on was Fox focusing on the anti-projectile stuff to beat their opponent. Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
And now when we've seen Retro play, it's usually Tremor. Sometimes it's Jax. Usually those are the picks for the katana here. Still gonna stick with Sub-Zero though.
It's been perfect, you know, implementation of a game plan once seeing the Sub-Zero cameo. I feel like Sonic's been so aggressive versus, you know, sit back, throw out the bombs, knows that they're not going to be super effective, and is unaffected by the zoning of Katana as well. And, you know, what's the Princess going to do full screen if her zoning's going to be unaffected?
Stealing a turn again. Yes. Into mid. And right away the confirm comes. Right away the corner pressure again.
Great start here as Fox. Here comes the
Big
bombs.
setup. Big setup. Ooh, there's another one. Ooh.
Multiple turns. Fan's going to come, but great defense by Sonic not to get hit by that. A lot of people impatient and swinging. Seeing the frames out there in recovery. Just a backdoor for Retro.
Wait moment. Yes, again, a couple of grabs here very quick. Sonic Fox is going to be looking for that in the future.
Retro.
Beautiful. Fox has another ice vest though. Immediately on. No vest. Oh, that was sick navigation. Stand on top, stand under the goop. No.
Ooh. Retro, I'm not too sure if that was intentional or not, but Sonic pouncing on the punish there. To the corner you go, knockdown. And Sonic has a hefty lead in this one here in the Chaosium. The winner of this event is going to make Final Combat. Everyone else tonight gets nothing. It is a win.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you for your time tonight. I guess winner gets a trip to Final Combat. They're in the money. Nothing's at stake tonight except for that. So technically the winner does get something tonight. Just in the future. A big trade here. That's one of the few projectiles you do not want to trade with anywhere from anyone to hit advantage. Usually landing into a combo post-teleport no matter what. Hit Cyrex in between. Back to the mix, and you're not escaping even with the armor on. Get back to the corner.
Right back into the goop. Foaming up.
Not the meter. Not the meter.
Sick block, actually. Okay, but not after. Tough to block that. I mean, you're defaulting to stand blocking versus this character because of the overhead. But she can go, of course, go into the slide. Pretty tough. Stay on top. Okay, the bomb. Retro was worried.
Well, luckily the moves are forward just a little bit.
Instantly ice vest on the other side, too. Here comes Retro. Turn stolen. Looking for overhead, maybe.
Yeah, from that distance, maybe there's right up back, too, on Wake Up or something.
Right.
Okay. Oh,
okay, is it
with
before?
The hit before fatal? Unbelievable.
Yo! That was sick. Oh, man, we're seeing such a high-level play here right at the start. Instantly recognized exactly how to get the kill in the round.
I think this match is some of the most Sub-Zero usage and unique usages of him that I've seen in a match in quite some time. I've seen so many parries, so many holds of them, just almost everything. The only thing we haven't really seen is the cold shoulder cancel, but everything else has been in play.
We did see Retro do that in game one, yeah.
Oh, never mind. We've seen it all.
To get plus frames, yep. You can also use it on Wake Up for invul. He's a super varied cameo at this stage.
Yeah,
you know, they've added a couple things to him over the game's lifespan, and he is super interesting.
One of my favorite things that they did on the Combat cast was in one of their show-off matches, they showed that you can combo with the cold shoulder in really cool and unique ways. I think was it a Gears that they showed off something really cool with? But,
oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, cold shoulders and ambush guys can be really good with Sub-Zero. Uh-oh. It's time to guess again.
Stuck there. Oh, no, the timing! And then Ice Fest on to not get blown up after the Wake Up. That was so sick.
That was 3 layers of waking up nastiness right there. Wake Up down 1, armor, Ice Vest. Let's go.
Let's play defense, man. Defense gets me so hyped.
Might just win championships out here. Sub-Zero, you know, considered. Ooh. Wow.
Sometimes you get got. Retro trying to dash forward and block at the last instance. Classic anti-projectile tech, but yeah. Not going to work out there at the end. Fox too aware, goes for the low, which the parry does not work against. And even though this has been really close, nevertheless, Fox 2-0 for now.
Has really avoided what I feel like is the lethality of Katana, which has been the damage. He hasn't got those big hits into the big pickups. You know, and I'm not even sure if Sub-Zero is capable of, you know, the big stuff that we're used to seeing from like Retro's Katana Jax and a few others that can hit for, you know, 40 plus. It feels like every touch. This feels like more of a war of attrition.
Yeah, that's true, but there really haven't even been that many big chances for hit confirms either.
Exactly. It's been really good, you know, avoidance from Sonic Fox in that.
Yep.
If we get back into it.
Any switch? Okay, it is to Tremor now. So playing more for safety and hit confirms. There it is, just as I say. She can get big damage. You're seeing instantly. First time we're breaking 400 here in the set for Retro.
Moments later. Drag testing it.
Right.
So that's kind of scary out here. Sonic just, wow, I think they just read the force right there on that armor.
That was before Tremor. And this gives Fox the chance. Getting things started. Bomb. And, oh man, just barely built that too. That was sick, actually.
You gotta spend money to make money, and here we go.
What an answer! On reaction, you could tell. Fox up into the sky to maintain corner control. Still stuck. There's no more sub vest.
That looks like a decade plus of experience of putting someone in a corner and knowing their options to try to get out. Sonic all over. It's gonna put down a couple of more bombs. A couple of turns, and yeah, no escaping this corner. Locked in is Sonic Fox on match point against Retro. That was a
That was like, what combo should I use in here? I got all sorts of different things I could do.
Message received. Love these fake outs.
Crystal and ready to go. Yeah, but breaks. Still, Crystal and Tremor, that's typically what we want to be in to call the fancy stuff into Aftershock. But look, you got to get the chance in neutral. You got to get the pressure first, and right now it's all Fox. And I think you're really seeing what the value of that sub vest was for Retro. Like that, there have been so many fewer moments where he gets a chance to get out of these situations.
Yeah, here really the only option being something in the Tremor, armor in the Tremor. Okay, nothing in the Tremor because it's gone. The meter.
Okay.
Taken away.
It did say escape failed though, so look at the damage. Less. Actually, maybe you survived because of it, to be honest.
That's what a nasty went for the low, and all over it was Retro. Giving a life in. Let's see what Retro can do with it. Has a lot of resources here. Does have some money to spend in the bar. Gonna give Sonic a breaker here. Sonic takes all the damage. 460 on the board and says, I'm going to armor. GG's. Sonic taken the first match of NA East, the online regional qualifier.
That is such classic fighting game mentality and understanding of what the opponents like to do. If you are getting your butt kicked for 2 straight rounds, and then you finally get the chance, you finally get the knockdown, you've done your combo, you finally get your chance for pressure, you take it. Everybody takes it. Everybody in that situation wants to pressure, and that's exactly why Fox did the wake up. They know what the answer is in that situation. It's to shut it down, because everybody wants to pressure. So super, super strong, as always, Fox, in understanding the mentality of fighting game players, and everything else. The mix-ups were there, the movement was there, the understanding of the options, all there, as you are not surprised to hear from Sonic Fox.
Also had some lovely callouts of Retro got caught a lot on some forward dashes, just out there stray, forward dashing into either the goop of Cyrax or a couple of the stand ones of Sonic, really clipped there at the end, and every single hit leads into the guessing situation, right? And so it's just all those stray hits definitely add up over time, because that one stray hit with this team, that could be the round.
Absolutely right.
And this next
so if you'd like to follow along at home, just go to Start GG. You can search for NA West Regional Finals, see exactly what's going on. Some of this is being run off stream at the start. Everybody's in winners side to start this thing. It's not a traditional top 8 where half is in losers, half in winners. So we have some of the matches initially being off stream. I can tell you that Hourglass of Rain has beaten Han Rashid 3-1. And also that Rewind has taken down King Gambler 3-0 right off the bat. We'll talk about those players later, but the other one that we have in winner's side lined up that we are going to get on stream
right now
is going to be Online Kale versus Young Monster. Can I tell you about the first time that I met Online Kale?
If you tell him about Kale, I'll tell him about Young Monster. How about that?
You got it, man. Let me tell you about Kale. First of all, he was a little baby the first time that I met him.
He still is.
Well, he's 15 years old, which is, good enough to be one of the best players on Earth. But when I met him, he was a little baby because his dad, Online Tony, and I used to play in tournaments all the time together. And, Tony and his son have been playing fighting games together this whole time. So Kale has been competing for about a year and a half. But in terms of how long he's been playing fighting games, like, he was raised playing fighting games, right? Honestly. And in the same way that, like, Fox grew up playing fighting games with their brothers, right? It's a big part of why they became so strong. This is Kale with his dad doing the same kind of thing.
Now,
and learning well.
On top of that, this is a prodigal son of Mortal Kombat in that Online Tony, his father, was one of the first EVO finalists for Mortal Kombat in the world. The very first
Cabal,
EVO for
MK9.
Mortal Kombat 9, Online Tony made top 8. He has an EVO medal. His son, years later, one of the best Mortal Kombat players on planet Earth. This is one of the coolest stories in competitive Mortal Kombat, ladies and gentlemen. A literal prodigal son here competing in Online Kale. Now, let me tell you about this other player, Young Monster 12. I'm going to take you back to the year 2016. Strap in. We're time traveling tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good one. Young Monster 12 showing up out of nowhere to a tournament called Kombat Cup Online. 2016 MKX. Was consistently battling and beating every top player in the game. Sonic Fox, Ninja Killa, every single one of them. Young Monster was consistently going back and forth with them and was one of the only players to do so at the time. To the point that I remember one season, we had one final qualifier for a finale. Sonic Fox had not qualified. In this final qualifier, it was Sonic Fox versus Young Monster. In a Jackie mirror, Young Monster wins it 3-2, eliminating Sonic Fox from the entire thing. One of the craziest upsets in MKX history was by Young Monster. Has not competed a lot since that time, here and there in Injustice 2, here and there in MK11, but not, super as active as he was, I feel like, in MKX. And all these years later, 9 years later, almost 10 years later, Young Monster 12 coming out of what feels like the woods after hitting the hyperbolic time chamber to show us that he is still one of the best Mortal Kombat players on planet Earth. It was the Ashra with a little bit of the sector before, and now going with the sector zone. This is a full screen war we are seeing right now. Welcome everyone to the West.
Bunch of setup there from a couple storied players, and we're in. Young Monster holding onto the screen. Big confirm. Gets the setup distance yet again. Yeah, was looking for jump right there on direction. Too high, actually. Pharaoh was too high up. And Young Monster is going to end up taking game number 1. Now, I looked up on StartGG, Young Monster's recent history. Has he been playing stuff secretly? And nothing that's on StartGG, actually. In fact, the last time that he entered anything was in July 2024, where he did enter a Coder event, and he got second. So, although he hasn't been entering very much.
Champions of the Realms, if you guys aren't familiar.
Champions of the Realms, yeah. If you just take that for representation of how well he can play, he hasn't been competing a lot, but when he competes, second place. Right? First place a couple weekends ago in this event.
That's what was so cool, is seeing almost everyone in the current generation not know who Young Monster was. And so everyone was like, who is this new player? During the NA West qualifier, too. Everyone's like, who is this new Ashra player? Meanwhile, all of us old guys are going, you guys are going to find out
pretty sick, actually,
real quick. What has always been, in my opinion, both him and his twin brother, because he's also a twin, David, one of the most powerful things you can have in competitive Mortal Kombat.
For real.
Yep. His twin is Revit Leafing, and they are two of the best character specialists since they have been in the games in MKX. In Injustice 2, they were the best with their perceived characters. Wonder Woman and Cheetah. Same thing in MK11. Absolute specialists to the core. And Young showing us how to play Ashra, some sector here, and even Revit. With one of the only few exciting Tanyas to watch early on as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Kale on the hunt right now. Walks into Active Flames.
Chase too hard. Got too close. Oh, what a call! Oh my god. Can we talk about zoning and how sick zoning is? What a call out that was. Is he there in time with sector? Yes. But that idea, you get the Oki from full screen And you specifically, if you don't know, you gotta pilot where those sector missiles go, right? It's not automatic. You gotta pilot where they go. He piloted it to exactly where Kale was gonna jump to, like a second in advance. Come on.
Got a mean shred on the rockets too with the tiger knee. Down about even right now. What a gap close from Young Monster on the cancel into the overhead. That's a low fake out coming into the overhead. The tricks up Young Monster's sleeve on display as he takes a lead 1-0. Sends, returns to sender. On the reflect. Looking like War Machine out here.
Okay. Cameo said, whoa, we didn't finish it. Kale was looking for the rest of the string. And Young Monster again gets to set things up from distance. He gets to try to call things out. He was looking for jump. Kale, patient, maybe figuring things. Oh wow, he's looking for forward movement even? Dude, Young Monster's making big reads on sector missiles. Love to see it. Kale, spending his double misses. Cameo sector.
Kale tired of Young blocking finally through the throw combo. Not a lot of damage though. Mine gonna look to save. No, getting over it right in time, this Kale.
Really good awareness.
We've seen a lot of people, not in this bracket, but some of the brackets throughout the day, a lot of people kind of overcommitting when people use Movado Mine and just going right into it.
Woo, he's really expecting Kale to get in there. Dude, by the way, Kale's navigation around these, he's guessed right every time in his movement.
Because you see Young trying to control the rocket of, is he going to dive kick in? Finally gets one right though, sends it high.
The forbidden full screen confirm. Oh.
While you're burning 2 damage over time, coming in hot. Okay, block on the overhead.
He tried it out. Oh, okay, hello. Hi.
It's all the most respect you'll ever see.
Yo, he got it!
Young, and he just commits. That will be it with 6 seconds. Boom! Wow! We're tied up.
Oh, man.
High octane MK.
Got it. This is a big chance for approach. Looking for mine. He's got to hang out. He does. Up block was the intention. Nothing came. And here comes Kale. 15 years old. Overhead, yes. Young Monster, 3 bars gone. Finally, one of the misses hits. A lot of this is great navigation. Big chance to get in.
Oh, and that's such a great trade. The hat of Lau given the hit advantage. The dive kick in. Mr. Zender actually hit out the mine right there. That's huge. And with Chip,
I don't know what you do about that.
Escaping a Category 5 tornado that's coming at you.
Again, great awareness. I am so engaged and impressed by the battle of the zoning placement and the navigation around that. Okay, granted.
Every time
I like zoning anyway, fine. But even on top of that, if you pay attention to where these missiles are going, where they're landing, all that stuff, those are reads that you're making in advance as the sector player. And Kale, almost that whole game was right about where to be. Yes, a couple of times we did see the jump get hit by the anti-air, the air, I guess it was, missile into cool confirms. But a lot of that stuff was Kale navigating it really well. So, okay, having seen that, sector didn't work out. It's the Astra, which was also a blast to watch during the qualifier. This is an active Astra. Have you seen Astras out there doing little forward twos or fireballs or whatever? Fine. This man's gonna be on the move.
Get ready to see some dark stance usage. And I tell you, ever since that tournament 1 week ago, I've seen almost every other Astra dark stancing more. What a display of what this character can be about and do in the game. And that's what I was getting to earlier. And the pairing with Movado turning this character into an active launching lethal weapon tournament viable lethal killing machine.
She gets big damage under the right circumstances anyway, right? But what she needs Movado for, I think, is to make it so that that back forward 2 results in big damage, because otherwise you're not that worried if she's threatening. Okay, very nice. But you have to be worried. Yeah, these are the threats I'm talking about. Where he cancels out of it. Yes, that's big. That still results in 250 to 350. You have to take that seriously as a competitor.
And in general, armored launchers into about 250 to 300 are actually really good considering armored launcher scaling.
Yeah.
Sending with throws, if you're hitting for about 250 plus, maybe 210 plus, you're still hitting pretty good off of the scaling. See what you can do about the rocket. That was Galaxy Brain for the string to do the movement for him to get around the sector rocket.
Maybe he was looking for the Movado even. Movado as a high. Oh, he got through finally. He committed on it. He had been threatening that so many times. Finally in, and he was right.
And one thing even I struggle to do when watching Young Monster play is to know if Young Monster, every time that he does some of those back forward twos, within seconds is looking to confirm what the opponent's doing to either fake out or not fake out. Jump, send it, fake out or not. And against zoning, it looks like he is actually reacting really well with some of these.
Yeah, I'll say. Kale. Waiting there. Just kind of stuck. Chance on knockdown. No, he doesn't take it. Oftentimes, Kale will play at this distance, too. He's comfortable back there.
Oh, yeah. Loves throwing that air hat and just sending rockets all day. Uh-oh. Gap is closed, and here comes the purple goo. Extra damage if he activates the light stance. He's able to get some hits in on the specials, but the sector rockets coming in to save online Kale. Purple Vortex still around him, though. Down to those 2. They will go away over time, so if you're looking at Cone now, it should go down to 1 purple thing in a second.
Oh. He's got right here. That's what he uses. Kale gets to back off. Be a little bit more patient. Still, a life lead. Oh, catches! Not quite. No Movado call. Just didn't expect it to hit. Movado!
Good enough for the close, but is far away enough to keep that pseudo safe, and I'm not too sure what allows it from the distance as Young Monster claims the lead. 2-1. Oh, got him with the Underworld finisher.
Very interesting to bring forward, too, into that situation. He must have just been looking for the movement that is what happened. If that had whiffed, if Kale had decided to sit still and neutral duck, you know, you're whiff punished for sure. That's the end of the round, the end of the game. But great read to expect that the movement was there. I mentioned that Kale is 15 years old. You know, I asked a lot of players, like, hey, give me like a quote. What do you want? What quote do you want me to say? And he gave me, what was his?
I think I can guess it. I think I can
yeah,
guess
go
it.
for it. What do you got?
Sigma?
Yeah, that's
It was?
It sure was, buddy. It was. I'm just more Sigma, and I mog everyone. And then it was. And then it was.
I'm gonna show my age.
Chicken jockey. I'm telling you, he's 15 years old. I only say that and embarrass myself because I had to Google it too, dude. All right, I don't know. Yeah, I literally had to Google it.
I actually don't know what is mogging because.
It's you're like outclassing somebody. It's like you're like better at whatever.
Okay, that's a lot safer than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude, but I had to Google as well. I'm just telling you, I just say that only to say he is 15 years old out here competing like this.
Yeah, online Kale, if you guys don't know online Kale, an absolute character in this world.
That's what Google told me, all right? Some people are messaging me that I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm telling you. That's what Google said.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Take it up with CBS News.
Well, we're at a scrap right now as Young Monster is staring at a match point as Kale makes a switch to the Milkman, who has gotten him absolute mileage competitively. And on the screen.
Yeah, for sure in this round, yeah. Okay. She is actually plus on some of these, by the way. Yeah, even more. Loading up the pips.
There it is.
Looking to capitalize. It's gonna be Ken. No, he breaks. Thinking he can still take this one. And there's a big threat with her going up into the sky there and maybe completing the back. Oh! Oh!
Remember doing a lot of damage
big plus frames each time! Oh my god! Come on!
Everything about that! That was nearly impossible to break because of the double side switch that occurred within seconds right there. Unbelievable. Young Monster with an RKO out of nowhere.
That was Street Fighter 2 looking fireball traps in the corner. That was you're throwing the slow one. You're throwing the slow one which they could jump out of.
Was that forward row?
Yeah, just so much startup on that. He definitely could have done stuff each time, but he had to read that something like that would be coming, and he didn't, and who would have? Not me. So shout outs to Young Monster. Amazing performance in this set.
Let's take a look at some of this back right here. What a
super fake stuff. And by the way, it's even cooler because it was fake. Like, that's the funnest stuff to do in fighting games, is the stuff that you get away with.
That's right. As here, Kale finally putting on the board to switch to Lao, but this Ashra was demonic on the switch. Every single time, whether dark or light that she activates, that phase forward becomes a mind game that launches, that becomes a mind game that could be plus, that setting up a whip punish, that was just, oh.
The old school fireball trap. That is amazing to bring out in a situation like this.
And then overhead behind, hit behind again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The double side switch, which messes up the attempt in order to break. That's going to be what we call GG's, and it sets up some absolute classics here in the semifinals. Because this one right here, David, and I think we're getting into it right now, Sonic Fox versus Hourglass of Rain. This one has pro comp history in this region, in this exact setting. Sonic Fox versus Hourglass of Rain is a run back in this exact situation from last year. Online pro comp NA West. This is where Hourglass of Rain went from being this really good online Melina to every single person went what overnight, because Hourglass of Rain double eliminated Sonic Fox from that bracket. Even though it was online, our entire community perceives that to be nearly impossible, because almost no one has done it in the history of our competitive games.
Yeah.
He's on a very, very short list with that accomplishment.
Yeah, and as a result, Hourglass qualified for Final Kombat. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. So if you watched that last year and you didn't see Hourglass, that's why. But the skill is obviously there. And, by the way, as far as showing up at Final Kombat, you know, Sonic Fox may have been there and won like the millionth time in a row. Actually, after that happened, after Fox won yet again, I saw them in the hotel lobby, you know, and I was like, how long have you been playing now? Like, it's, what would you say, it's like 8 or 9 years? And they're like, it's gonna be 10 years soon. And I was like, I've been watching you win Evos and Pro Comps and Injustice Pro Series for 10 years. This is the 10th year that I've been sitting here.
That's crazy.
Seeing all that stuff, it's amazing to think that that has been going on for so long and has been so consistently successful in all these different games, as the scene community have gotten so much stronger in other strong games and communities too.
Sonic saying 14 years in the chat total. And I met Sonic 13 years ago, or I want to say it was either 13 or 14 years ago at Sonic's first MK Major. I got to meet Sonic at when Sonic was 12.
Yeah, there you go. 14
and,
years, okay, yeah.
And Sonic got top 8 at that tournament, beating a lot of legends.
Dude, man, yeah.
Pretty crazy stuff as we go forward. All of these years, a decade plus later, Sonic's still dominating Mortal Kombat competitively. The Fox is never not on the hunt.
Cyrex back to Serena now, and then Melina Lau on the other side. Not a big surprise on that one. Trying to jump away from the goop, stay away, navigate around. Ooh, you love the little fake outs of the stance switch.
Revving the engine.
Okay. In. Here we got a chance to start things off. Yeah. Corner pressure. Trying to fake things out a little bit, looking for the confirm. Here's the confirm. Yes. Single hit pretty easy on that one. Fox is in.
Take away all of Hourglass's resources. Got a drop there though, but hey.
Man, that was definitely something.
Was it, or was it a happy little accident?
You know, sometimes that's how it is. You're fighting games. Oh, yo! Okay, it's a punish on the screen. You love that. And some more
someone's been in the lab. Hourglass representing Oni. They've been on a really good tear recently.
Fox off the bar. And I don't think that's it. Yeah, here it is. Fox, I got on looking for something. Whatever it was, Hourglass had not committed. Instant air ball, by the way. I'm still thinking about that as a solution to bomb on the ground.
And Kung Lao Hat definitely doing a really good job of keeping Cyrex in check just a little bit here on the screen. You know, even full screen, Melina can throw that out and then follow behind with a teleport, immediately close the gap and get some pressure going. You know, one of the things that you kind of need is a way to force your game plan against Cyrex.
Really happy to see the Cyrex bring out Serena in that situation to just build meter. I feel like I very rarely see Serena used in that way in neutral, but you could just like sit there and build bar. Which Fox is doing, so on 3, as a result, had this 2 bar for the setup here.
Oh no.
They're gone.
Sonic making money on their own and draining their opponent's bank account. Oh no! That's what a casino does!
Is that enough?
Final
What a round.
fight.
But can Hourglass has a decent position here. Can get a hit on Sonic right now. Take him to the corner. Talked about it earlier against Cyrax, where one of the keys is just locking her down, forcing Mix. Otherwise, she's gonna do the same exact thing to you. She comes behind the bomb. Sonic, there's that kind of fox mentality of being on the hunt. I've always watched Sonic, even going back to MK9 and Injustice 1, I've always been impressed with just how good Sonic is at getting in on their opponent. I've almost at times just don't understand it.
Look at the damage here because of that tech. Very little damage. Super key, I'm telling you, to make sure that you're aware. It's only back one, by the way, that she can combo with the bomb.
Where'd she go?
Not regular grabs. So Hourglass survives. Gets to try to start pressure again, not there. Pick it up! Come on, that's sick. And Hourglass, maybe break, okay. Box the goo. Slow approach here.
Ooh.
Plenty of time. Not a lot of time, but plenty of time. Okay, with not a lot of time on the clock, you might as well come in. Yes, frame trap! Keep it up. Is she killing on this? No, setup though. What a block, Fox! Blocks it out. Gets exactly what they need, and it's barely enough with 3 on the clock. What an end to that game right there. Hourglass doing exactly what he needed to do. Fox doing exactly what they needed to do.
Sonic Fox surviving here and looking for the vengeance. Like I said, from last year's Online West qualifier, it was a much different character selection last time around. This time, Sonic looking and feeling really good with the Cyrax throughout the entirety of Pro Comp. Of course, winning the last offline of the Pro Competition there at Texas Showdown, which where Hourglass was there as well. It's a little bit of a sad story because it's eerily similar to Final Combat, where Hourglass was playing for top 8 at Texas Showdown and unfortunately had to DQ from that situation due to reasons, but was unable to play for it, but put himself in a position to play for it, and definitely could have been facing Fox there at Texas Showdown to get a run back. But Hourglass also getting some Pro Comp points because of that and is looking real good.
Yeah, even though that was a game by Fox, it's about as close as it could possibly be. So it's showing up well. It's Hourglass. No meter. Gotta guess right. And still stuck. Here in the corner.
Here we go.
Under the dungeon.
Into the dungeon. Sonic Fox's dungeon of guessing games and horror. Lions,
That
tigers,
is
and
for
oh my.
Yup. Still stuck. No bombs, by the way. This is just excellent corner pressure. And a grab. It's all mounting up. Hourglass in big trouble. Gotta make this happen without getting hit. Just putting up safety bombs up close so that Hourglass does not get close. Okay.
Found
And set up. Oh! Wake up down 2 by Fox.
a toasty if we've ever seen one. By God. Sonic tried to take his chin off. Gets him on the punish of the empty jump there. Into the casino. We're playing slots, baby.
All right, what do you got? Bomb.
Is it grab? Strike?
Yes, protect! Oh
Less
man, I'm
damage?
so happy to see that this is happening. Yeah, look at the damage. Look at that red up there. Very little. Extremely important to have that. Not easy, I understand, but extremely important to do if you're gonna survive. Okay!
Sonic built that breaker to force to spend on the great defensive option there on that string. Have to show your opponent if they're playing Cyrax that you can uplock that string, otherwise they're gonna be getting away with a lot of safe murder on you. And building more meter is Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Evening
Yeah,
this up
and
here.
when you see that, if you're Hourglass and you see that, you do not want to let that happen. That means that you're gonna get sky netted, you know? So it's a reason to force the opponent forward without actually like throwing stuff onto the screen.
It's pretty crazy because of the threat that the 2 bars give Cyrax, you really don't want that to happen. So that's
No.
where that forceness comes from. If Cyrax gets 2 bars, your meter could just be gone. And here may not matter at all. Sonic just in full control, sent the full net. and will fall onto the hat, and that is going to be a punishment with 10 seconds remaining. Nothing to save Sonic. It's going to be close.
It will be. It will be.
Very close.
What do we got? We gotta see. We gotta mash it out, folks. I think this is gonna be surviving.
They've both matched perfectly. No, Sonic got one. Sonic got two over Hourglass right there. Big defensive plays.
Yo! What, Sonic Fox did wake up bomb? Is that what it was?
Bob. Wake up goop. Wake up
Goop?
green.
One of those.
Green flubber, baby. Ooh, great absorption.
What a call.
From Loud there.
All right, well, it all seemed like it was about to be bad for Hourglass in this game, but what a reversal of fortune. Life lead in round 3. Stealing a turn here and there. Yeah, navigating the bombs well, navigating the goop well, not making this easy for Fox to start things off. And Fox already has 3 bars a meter, so no reason to build anything with Serena.
Ooh, no tech there, and definitely forcing the break here. Now might be playing a platformer. No Sonic. Going from full screen to in 0.1 seconds to force a mix behind a bomb, and we'll set it up again. Casino time. Place your bets.
Okay. But he's maybe gonna have the life lead after this. It's very close. No, okay, barely Fox has it, but that really shows you how important that is.
Love the setup in that second bomb right there at a distance. That was off screen and just a raw grab. Sonic, no fear. When staring death right into the eyes, it feels like. Luckily had the 3 bars to back them up on the aggression. It will be a 2-0 lead for Sonic Fox again, looking for the vengeance.
That ended poorly.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
I haven't
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Again, this is a game
Oh,
that
the
ends.
explosion.
Oh, wow. All right.
It wasn't over.
No. Well, it's all over now. Not in the set though, because only 2-0, and even within each individual game, it's been super close. There have been moments when both of them seem like they're very much in control. Right? There have been moments, especially in that game, where I felt like it was all Fox. It was a round and a half of all Fox, but man, it was a great comeback and almost made it happen in that game, just not quite. So yes, down 0-2, but each game has been so close that this is still very much within reach.
Very. Wonder if we're going to see a cameo select, because Hourglass does have a few. I know he's been messing with the Tremor, has always had the Chameleon, but keeps it classy. This has been his kind of day one team, and it's the team that he used to defeat Sonic in last year's qualifiers. And it's of that mentality, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Very possible here for Hourglass.
We're losing the first hit.
Punish on slide. Yeah, that's true. Those 2 bars are really important in this matchup.
Already giving her the green.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I like how it's just immediately you're in the corner.
Yup.
Drag.
Squasher. Mm-hmm. And bombs very quickly. Hourglass trying to be a bit of a pain on the other side for Sonic. You have patient.
Sonic's getting frisky with these EX nets.
That's too close! And Hourglass instantly recognized the damage. The Oki here, the pressure. Low this time. It's been overhead each time.
Another savage down 2 coming from Sonic. I think those are just statement down 2s. And the aggression, even swings where they're in slight negative or neutral situations. Sonic was pretty aggressive there towards the end. I think just trying to get into Hourglass's head, maybe end this match how Sonic wants to end it. And Hourglass gonna have to force Sonic their game. That's what we got here in the corner. Lockdown behind Blau Hat. Decent damage there. Can't let go. And cannot lose that meter.
Yo, okay, no 3 bars.
First time we saw that teleport actually punished.
Got it. But Sonic Fox didn't confirm. Actually did the teleport instead. Giving chance. No. Again, Hourglass up close. That's okay. Sonic's is alive, but barely.
Oh no.
They're gonna need a couple of sequences here. It's not for free. Hourglass
Certainly
only
isn't.
needs 1.
3 bars gone.
Yep.
And a shot at the title for Sonic.
There it is.
We'll
Oh,
need one
boy.
more. It's down to 1
Yes,
Hourglass
one
of Rain's life on the line.
Again! No? What? Oh my God, Fox. Hopping around. And Hourglass, the consistent stuff.
It was down to a
only
really
needed to
scary,
survive one of those mix-ups.
That's a scary read right there of, you know, are they empty jumping? What are they going to empty jump into? And it ended up being the right read for Hourglass to let go of block, just kind of chill down there, and then down one, getting the check and punish.
Was that regular grab when a bomb exploded? I guess that must have been because Fox didn't get the combo afterwards. So it's
Yeah,
interesting
that's
to go
what
for the
was-
to go for the grab mix-up there, having seen Tech on the back one a bunch at this point.
Fox actually was wondering why they got launched as well, and I saw it happen too, and I was like, usually there's a combo there, and maybe there's just a regular throw that happened.
Well, I don't know if they were wondering about that. Maybe it was back one. Gotta go back and look later.
Very, very unfortunate though. Looked to be the step that we've seen over and over again, right? With the grab, back in the bomb. Lost Hourglass, giving life. Hey, Sonic's gonna give an inch. You take a mile. Sometimes take two if you can.
Yeah. Not even a down one, right? The super confident wake up. There it is. Yes. Back one cancel it into the cameo and whoo! Here comes uh-oh, whip punish too. It all went south. Fox no bar. Was not there in time on the down two. That was not the right moment for it. And just like that, that's the run. That all was a consequence of Fox missing that one moment.
And has it in their head to be going for these down twos in pretty wild situations. The second wake up down two that we've seen from Sonic in the last two games. Super down resources.
Hey.
And gets a huge hit. Hourglass, it is time, my friend. Been successful decently here. Maybe so
Back here again.
Two bombs. Gotta hold the other one. He weathers up the storm perfectly. Oh,
Pick
no.
it up.
Gets roundhoused.
Big roundhouse there. Big corner pressure. Bomb bomb. Oh, that was probably supposed to have been air ball. Maybe it would have worked.
No drop this time around. Might be close to it in raw damage. Yes. Optimal combo there. Fox, you can see there when you get that hit, you can throw the bombs down, cash out in damage, or do what they've been doing, go for the set of bombs on the ground. We'll teleport on one who's Hourglass.
Stay away, yeah, risky little moment. Backing off, looking for Serena. Again, really like that Sonic is using that to take up space. You know, there's no easy moments here for anybody, no matter where you are on screen. Denying the grab now. So a lot of little adaptations here throughout this set. You try to press on that if you're Fox? Wow, you really had the big read.
Both of them, really. From Hourglass as well, with the condition that the up block was going to be there. Oh, no.
Yeah, not gonna get the 3 bars.
Was
Nope.
so close to it.
He was, but nope.
Instead has to watch it disappear.
Oh,
Okay.
3 bars gone for Fox just like that. 2 big drops, very consequential drops for Fox in this. Dash forward. Yes. Hourglass picks it up. No meter for Fox. Stuck, but no drop by Hourglass too. What's going on, folks?
An absolute heartbreaker of a drop. It will be down to one guess now. Luckily, there's no 2 bars for Sonic in order to get the drain out of the meter. But behind the bomb will mix with grabbing it detect. Hourglass 2 bars to his name still. Here comes the hat for some pressure. Sonic's backing off. 10 seconds on the clock. Hourglass coming in like a
big
Sonic the
man.
Hedgehog, and it is going to be punished. Sonic 3-1 vengeance secured. But right there, David, it was a single hit and that one drop from this going the distance.
5 on the clock. 3 on the clock in game 1. Yeah, extremely well played by both. Yeah, you gotta really look at some of those individual moments. The drops that we saw from both players. The, I think, intended probably instant air ball over a bomb, which we saw punished in game 1, and then we saw like jump, big old floating kick instead of ball in that last game. Like individual moments like that, when you're playing at such a high level, can really, really swing it. We take a look back here, we'll see some of these moments. Yeah, Fox got. Expecting something to react to, didn't come. And then this amazing block right there by Sonic Fox.
Yeah, that would have been a completely different story even at the start of this set with 3 seconds remaining. Absolutely long ones there in the first 2 games. Here, down to the wire again, 9 seconds. Not killing. And then Sonic with audacity to try to wake up with the goop, and then even here down to 17 seconds.
Yeah, these were all close. Hourglass keeping it going. Oh man, big scramble moment that Hourglass came on top of, and then at the end there, just committing a little too hard. Fox capitalizing and moves on in winner's side. Now, this is the chance to qualify from this online region, right? This is one of the ways that you can get into Final Combat. We have 10 players who are going to make it through from their online regions. It's not the only way, and of course, another one of the ways to do it is by traveling to offline events and by showing up there and getting your points. And the reason I bring this up is that although Fox is moving forward, yes, here, Fox is already number 2 in points as well. So they have 2 great chances to be able to qualify through. This is one of them. If this works out, great. Somebody else gets the points. The points aren't going to matter for Fox anymore. But yeah, you could tell how strong they are. You all know how strong they are. But you can tell how strong they are in this match right here and in the fact that they are 2nd in points overall already.
Yes, and even on top of that, it sets up a scary situation if Sonic Fox were to win this region, and if Sonic Fox were to go into, say, EVO, and then win EVO. Because if Sonic wins EVO and this region, how it works is the EVO spot actually takes over the regional spot. The regional spot takes over the leaderboard spot. So if someone wins EVO and they win their region, the regional spot will go to the next person up. If they're also top 10 on the leaderboard, their spot will be forfeit to the next person on the leaderboard. So there will be 2 substitutions into Final Combat if Fox were to win this and win Evolution. That's a pretty crazy scenario that is doable because it's Sonic Fox.
Because it's Sonic Fox, yeah, shoutouts.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a look at the bracket again here. The other side of winners, Young Monster and Rewind.
Woo!
Down there on losers side, oh man, already over there for Han Rashid. SoCal boys.
Ooh, a game
not
5
gonna happen
down there.
for him. 3-2. Yeah, went to game 5. Retro moves on. Shoutouts to Retro, playing great. Online Kale takes out King Gambler. 3-0. We hadn't had a chance to talk about Gambler yet. Last year, of course, had that year where he traveled basically everywhere and missed qualifying for Final Combat by 10 points. That is to say, he had 515. Person above him had 525. Like, it was that close for him to get in.
Yeah,
he got
needless to say, I think
5th
the
at LCQ. Like
the most heartbreakers across the year.
Yeah, had some real big heartbreaking moments for sure.
In a multitude of ways.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And this is, he has said, his last year competing in NRS games because he is going to be focusing on becoming a firefighter. So big shout outs to him. If that's true, I've heard before that people aren't going to keep going. I've heard that somebody's going to retire for the last 20 years. I've been hearing that. But, okay, if it's because of your career, I did see a
picture of him in his firefighter uniform, though, and he did just graduate, I think, firefighting school. So
yeah, he's not making it up. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's just, people say that they're going to quit, and then that doesn't happen. But in this instance, I can understand it. If that's true,
if they put Nightwolf in, come on, he's going to play. Let's not lie and beat around any kind of bush.
Come on. But, again, if that's true, shout-outs to him for competing so well over the past 10 years in NRS games across lots of different stuff. Been one of the best players in the scene for a long, long time.
Mortal Kombat and Injustice. Both.
Yes. Definitely right.
And before we get into this next one, I want to tell everyone who has already qualified from the regions. I don't think we've actually gone over that yet.
No.
So there have been 5 regions that have already taken place this weekend. Yesterday, Oceanic and Middle East went down. Today, it was both Europes and both North Americas. And what's great about what's kind of transpired here is we're still on course for the winners of every region and our character selection in Final Combat to be all unique characters so far. Middle East was won by Tekken Master using Baraka. Oceanic, which is Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, was won by FGC Boy, which is someone you guys are going to be introduced to if you did not watch Oceanic. An incredible General Shao player, and is the 3rd or 4th strongest man where he lives.
Yeah, so he got 3rd in the strongman competition in New Zealand.
New Zealand,
3rd place, literal 6'7" strongman.
He's 6'7". He is Shao.
I know.
General Shao is going to be at Final Combat.
He picked the character that had the body type closest to him, and it's General Shao.
If we have a Test Your Might challenge at Final Combat, I'm betting all of my money on him. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, for sure. And then
dude's huge.
today,
Yep.
go for it. What happened today?
Okay, so today we began with EU East, which was one, I gotta say, one of the biggest surprises with FGC Boy as well. The locals knew he was strong. And here, we had unfortunately a couple of DQs happen due to some connection issues, but through all of that and getting 2 massive wins in the end was Anna's Bananas with Havoc. Big Anna's Bananas, one of the most active streamers here on Twitch as well, so go check him out if you don't know who that is. With the Havoc getting through on EU East. EU West won by Connie Mani with the Homelander. Has been dominating 17 seasons of Rips Arena in a row, is looking to do so again here, and is our current #1 seed overall in the pro competition. Won the only demigod event there in Viennality. Connie Mani looking as strong as ever. Took that over video games, yo. And again, that was with Homelander. Then we just saw NA East go down, and it was Tweety looking like Tweety 1000, the character, looking like he was from the future, saw what everyone was going to do, came back, and we saw some of the most powerful performances out of him that I've seen in a very long time. Who has dominated Ninja Killer 3-0 6 rounds straight?
End of sentence. Yeah, I don't know. Right, for sure. P was so good with the mix-ups that I saw people in chat being like, T1000 needs to be unsafe on mix-ups.
He was.
Folks.
He tell him.
Folks.
Tell him. Tell him what time it is.
T1000 is constantly putting himself at big risk. Like if he's up close and the mix-up is that he does the low stabs, he's big minus. If he goes for a command grab and you duck it, he is very punishable. If he goes up into the sky and he does like jump kick into the falling EX goop, now he has to play a bad mix-up as to whether he can escape or not. If he wants to commit and finish the whole 4-3 string or 4-3-4-3 etc. string, all this stuff is unsafe. But he was right so often that people in the chat were like, you can't guess wrong with this character? Like, what's this character? That is Tweety, folks.
Yeah,
yes.
that
is
is.
T1000 good? Yes.
Now,
T1000, don't get me wrong.
T1000 is really
Obviously,
good, and there
character.
are a lot of mix-ups, but those mix-ups do have holes, and they do have, susceptibility to them. But let's take a trip back here to NA East, which is our final region of the weekend, and our 6th final combat spot to be secured and determined. Liga Latina are the other 4 regions and other 4 finalists to be set. That is taking place, I believe, in about a month, give or take, are those regional finals. That's for Brazil, Mexico, LATAM South, and LATAM North. Still to be determined. Let's find our final combatist of NA West tonight. In this bracket is going to be our other winners semis. It's Young Monster and Rewind. And again, I watched these two battle like titans on top of Mount Olympus back in Mortal Kombat X. And I can't believe that we're back here in 2025. 2 of the best going at it.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Rewind play yet. I'm happy to see that it's on the Ermac. Really fun character to watch. He's got the execution to do this stuff too.
Getting first hit, and it's into a
splits.
Gento
Refresh.
combo. How much is this going to be?
If you're curious how this works, look at the top right there, the Janet bar. She keeps refreshing whenever she does the splits. You can get big damage. Not uncommon to see 600 plus if you get the full stuff, depending on what the starter is, of course. Yo, catches? Oh man! All right.
I'd be one of the first people to challenge that outright with buttons, as the phase was like close to the body. Rewind just kind of making the read. Even there, once the phase got close to him, he can decide to try to press a button and meet him there if it's not. If you guys have seen the movie Chronicles of Riddick, it's exactly like that. If you remember how the movie ended, it's exactly like that. Go for it. That Ermac pressure, you never know. You do that backdash into the big button or come up in your face, go for an overhead. Ermac, one of the big cancel characters, and look at the range.
That's actually really effective in this. A lot of characters have trouble attacking her at that range, at least for a lot of damage. If she's going to sit there with backboard too, but had a chance to, wow, okay, it catches twice. So in this round, just this first round of this match, we're already seeing Rewind establish stuff that he will challenge. Both if you're holding on to that teleport and also if you let it go, he'll challenge.
Ooh, we're only going to check it there with down 1. And almost getting the, what looked like 3/4 screen anti-air was Young Monster. Just a little too early on that forward 2 attempt, and it's going to stop all of that damage immediately. And Rewind, really since the first couple of major changes to Reiko, has been on this Ermac Janet.
Okay, catches there even. Young Monster out of there. Outranged, actually. Stabs in. Big whip punish. Actually, didn't say punish, though. Regardless, it's the setup. Oh, man. Let's go rewind. That combo was not even close to being over, but it's enough to take game 1. Really powerful stuff. Rewind challenging well. Getting the hit confirms that he needed well. Making it so that the navigation around the screen with the Astra stuff that we've seen be really effective during the qualification here as well in earlier round. He shut it down.
He really did.
To the degree that I wouldn't be surprised to see if we maybe switch character here. We'll see what the choice is on Young Monster's side. Back to it? Okay.
No change. Just a change of outfit. Going with the Valkyrie outfit, which you never know if a swap of an outfit is just going to give you a little bit more of a boost, you know, mentally, a little reset. He finds himself in a hole here. The Rewind, who was close to being in last year, but you know, it was one of the first times where he didn't have a dominating season competitively in comparison to the year prior and then the Injustice Pro Series before that.
Yeah, he kind of didn't travel as much as he did sometimes in the past as well. He did get second at CDO last year. He got 5th in this thing last year, online regional finals for the West. Ooh, didn't let it go though. Didn't let it go.
That one.
Yep.
Nice last second phase to get underneath the bound of Vermax as well. Out of there, in there, out of there again. Oh, the chase down's complete.
Yeah,
Rewind,
finally
watch them dance and go, all right, there you are, I'm coming.
Open a spacing trap, nothing like that. Got him. Janet seals the deal.
And this team since day one has had utter synergy amongst them. Janet converting off of nearly everything that Ermac can put out on the screen. Look at him charging up his meter like a battery with those cancels full screen. That's what cancel characters can do.
Yeah, very effective. I mean, Astra's doing some of that herself. But,
Big time. Rewind starting to get nasty with it. Gets one whiff of that first string, and Young Monster can convert off of quite a lot himself right there. Even just shot their neutral jump kick.
No catch. Oh, and not there either for Rewind. In there. Wow, okay, Rewind takes the turn. Grab with Janet, he gets to teleport in. What a call! He knew exactly what was coming up. Young Monster just trying to spend the bar to get out of there, and Rewind got him big time for it. 339 into pressure. When do you press the button? If you're Young Monster here. That was a duck, or maybe just too far, I don't know, but in any case, no, and a drop!
The 2 drop, but Bavaro's gonna pick up and force the break out of Rewind. Down to 20, Young. 3 sticks of butter down there to cook with. Spends 1 to fake out.
Yes. Even chip is big deal here. Dizzy right, maybe?
Yes! And because... Unbelievable.
Wow.
Because Young went for throw rather than, I think, a more damaging normal could have done it. It's pretty close. Most single-hitting normals don't do that much, but gosh, what could have been right there? Rewind betting it all. We haven't seen anyone really try that either, of just watching these phases kind of happen and then just going, you know what, let me do a big bet real quick and do one of these.
He was right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Boom!
No, I mean, I love how he's dealing with this matchup. I mean, we've talked about it in game number 1, how he's done a great job at challenging at the end of the teleport, when she's holding on to it, when she's deciding to teleport. Did a really good job at that stuff. And his pressure's been great. It's not like some of Astra's stuff is real plus frames when she's in hell, but for Ermac, what he's looking for more is like spacing traps. Like you don't want to press your button and he's accidentally then cancel backdashing to back 2, something like that. It could be really deadly.
I feel like this is the most that Young Monster's ever been challenged in his own movement. Ooh, in this series so far, and that right above the ground phase and conversion is so nasty. It hits mid from that height too, so it catches people throwing pokes. Everything in between, putting on the purple. He hasn't gotten some of the eruptions of the combo, but there's one as I speak it into existence. Gets the double hit, and every time that light hits a purple stance that is on the enemy, extra damage occurs, and that's why 500 nuclear explosive damage just occurred. Woo!
Rewind.
Waiting for
it. Got the bar. If you don't know what this move does, by the way, when he turns green, if he gets hit, he loses meter, not health. Punish! Again, that's something that, you know, some characters struggle at really making a big damage punish happen at range like that, but not a problem for Ermac right there. Not the farthest buttons in the game, but he's got some good ones.
He's got that, I think it was his back two, that's got some great distance. Just to hide that one right there. That
Right there,
over
that's
here.
the guy.
That's that soul sucker. He's about to get his soul sucked. Checking him with the purple. That projectile is actually really strong. Can also convert into the Movado from nearly full screen. I think that it converts into the forward two. Purple haze. Same two. What's for Ermac gonna do besides swipe right in the air? The fly swatter. There's another one of those instances of just him kind of challenging with the active frames in front of him and catching a stray.
Rewind, taking it. Not a lot, 223. And the tech, the man's defense is incredible. Backs off. All right, you know, Rewind's got to chase a little bit, but not a big life lead here. Janet. He'll get to get in if he wants. Again, he reads it right. Again, Rewind on his defense. Yes, check. On his offense, reading your defense, everything firing on all cylinders right now. Monster just trying to get away, set things up, go back to what had worked so well for him in the qualifier. Here's an opportunity though. Yeah, Rewind's got to get out.
Look at the switch right there to go from backdash right to the forward dash. And the swing of a button, the overhead hitting in front behind, but he phased through at the end of what mind games exist right there, and back into the mix. Young Monster just turned his aggression up to 11. The dial only goes to 12, but he had enough strength to get it across the line a little bit more. We're at 11 tonight, baby. It is 1-2, and this match is not over yet.
That makes a lot of sense as an adaptation right there. The stuff that he has been working for him really well, the teleporter, not that threat, it's been neutralized really well by Rewind. But she does have other stuff that is like more what you tended to see a lot of Ostras do, or especially earlier in the game's life. So that's effective. That's not bad. And he went into it there and he was right with it.
And if you think about it, Young may not have to go in much at all in this match if he really wants to. I think he can just zone out in purple all day long, and there's not much Ermac can truly do about it from full screen. That's one of the susceptibilities of the character right there, and so maybe playing to get a little bit more reserved and on the back end of things might be what's really getting him in this match again. Notice in the last one, we definitely saw a little bit more of the purple zoning here, a lot of jump backs, and then just look for the reactions with the phases that have been so effective. But there, you see, closing the gap without any success leads to this. Rewind. When he's in swing range, he is so comfortable.
That's all meter those two. Again! Okay.
And that's a nice universal answer to try to call out the wake-up phases right there. Jump back meter where she is again. A lot of reads you have to have against Ashra in these moments. Pressure, throw this time, and it's a mean 140. Boom! And match point for Rewind.
It's really sick to pair that throw, which is so difficult to tech on reaction, with Janet for the biggest damage grab in the game that you don't spend bar on doing. Yes? Okay, right. Movado's what makes that dangerous. That's where the fear comes in from. Not a punish, actually. It was Young Monster trying to do something. It's a counter hit. Rewind. The splits. How many splits can she do?
Oh no. When keeping it real goes wrong.
Oh, baby.
Young one special. It was a reset. It was a setup.
That was so cool. Oh, Rewind.
I'm gonna throw up.
I gotta go back and look at that later. That was
I'm
so
gonna
sick.
throw up.
That was so
If he
cool.
didn't have a breaker, that was a full lifer that we were seeing right there. And just like that, Young Monster survives what felt like the final decision and final setup to end this match. We're going the distance even more.
It feels so good to be able to win a round like that. Obviously, he needs to win it, you know? But to be able to win a round where you got like that, where like the opponent did the sickest stuff and you still win, okay, all right, you can build on that.
Off to a great start. Around Breakless right there, getting away with 1-2 there in recovery. There's been about 50-50 on Rewind getting the punish. There or not. Sometimes gets the block if he switches the block to high. But it seems like there's less recovery. It's whiffed. No Janet. Pressure going.
Challenge. Looking for that on block. And it is punish. This time, yes. To the other side, setting it up with Janet. All right, what do we got? We're just gonna cash out on the big damage, maybe. Looks like that was what we're doing. Mounting.
It's reset again.
Nope. Oh!
It was a breaker again. This is it. Deja vu. Not again. Young Monster. No meter.
Maybe. What are you gonna do, Young Monster? How do you make this happen?
Has full Movado though. Has to work
Rewind
on
can
the breaker.
hang. Will he take the read? And he's right on it. Oh man, he was wrong the last 2 times, but this time he was right to win the set. Rewind,
Stare
man.
at the end, but rewind. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll advance to
500 plus into some of the meanest mix. That is pretty good.
We just learned that what we already knew about the team and the cash out's like, okay, so yeah, you get hit sometimes. She's gonna do 500 to 600 damage. They didn't say that she was gonna do like 550 into a reset off of that same situation, David. No one told me that. That wasn't in the manual.
Dude's pretty good.
Okay, it wasn't in the run of show
No,
tonight.
that wasn't in there. That's not part of the B block.
It wasn't. That's not what we signed up for.
Oh man, you love it though. That was so cool. And the reactions were there in moments like these. His defense was really good. Again, he challenged versus some of the phases and the cancels in ways that few other people did. So
Even this final, even that final read, it was something that we haven't seen anyone else really do successfully, which is immediately call out here post block when Ashra goes to the sky, hitting her before her special move even starts up. I feel like is what happened here, right here. Boom! Not even giving her an opportunity to force a mind game, just ending it on the punish, being ready for it was Rewind there against the Ashra. And what that sets up is just Mortal Kombat magic in Winners Finals. This has been a match that's happened across the last decade of these games. Sonic Fox and Rewind. It's a West Coast classic.
yeah, nowadays I guess that's right. Yeah, it has been for a while that Fox has been out
A little
there.
bit.
I mean, yeah, you're right. This is something that we've seen many times. They're 2 of the best players in our scene, have been for a long time at this point. But it's also going to be a lot of fun to watch what happens down in loser side with Young Monster versus Retro, with Hourglass of Rain versus Online Kale. Very interesting how it's worked out. You know, you look up at the top side with Fox and Rewind, 2 of the most storied players. These are 2 EVO champions right here that we are going to see in that winner's side finals. And then on the other side, we have four of the best up-and-coming / has been amazing for a long time, but kind of doesn't always play. Characters or players that we have in the scene.
Depending on who you talk to, most people would consider Young Monster a new player.
You may be right. You may be right about that. Hopefully they'll learn today. But there it is. That's the state of things. We're going to take a little break here, and we'll be back with the rest after this.
Your shapeshifting is so elegant, so refined.
It makes us more efficient killers.
Fight!
Have you seen John Connor?
John Connor? Dude, you've got Johnny Cage.
You're not a man. You're a machine.
A T-1000 advanced prototype, liquid metal.
Finish him. Fatality. T-1000 wins. Flawless victory.
Have you two been practicing my lessons?
As we can. The harvest leaves us little time for martial arts.
Since your first words, Kung Lao, you've mouthed nothing but excuses. If you fail to prepare...
Your preparations will fail.
Finish him. Flawless victory.
Hill got caught! Got caught in the fatal blow! Zap! You're joking. Unbreak! Unbreak! That is going to be the end of Combo Breaker!
Alright everybody, and welcome back. We have more of the online regional finals here for NA West on the pro competition for Mortal Kombat 1. I'm Ultra David. I have Mr. Aqua with me. We have 6 players remaining. 6 of the best that we have on the West Coast. We talked about Gambler a little bit, who is now eliminated. I just briefly wanted to also mention Han Rashid, who's out of this thing now as well. This guy who got 2nd at Frosty's not too long ago, 5th at Texas Showdown not too long ago. Former Evo top 8 himself, back in MK11. You know, what he said was that here's what he said when I asked, what are your chances? He said, I don't feel that confident in taking this, but I just want to do my best and keep learning to get better and hopefully qualify through points. That's what somebody says who is taking this seriously in the right way, right? Like you're being honest, maybe, or at least that's how he felt about it, but keeping an eye on always improving. And he has been playing for a long time, and he has been good for a long time, but he still continues to get better and better. So shout outs to Han. Best of luck to him moving forward. Let's talk about other stuff that we have going on. Again, we have lots of things. You're watching the online stuff, but there are many offline events as well. Can you tell them how that works, Aquaman?
Sorry, I was catching up on the Discord with something else that I have to tell people about that's coming up. What was that question, David? I'm so sorry.
Hello! You see, we have Brussels Challenge coming up soon, May 17th to 18th. Combo Breaker is going to be shortly after that. CEO, you got Blink Respawn in the Dominican Republic, Evo in Las Vegas, and then Versus Fighting out there in the UK. So if you're in any of those areas and you'd like to come play offline MK1 on the Pro Competition, that's where to do it and when to do it. That's how you get points, is by going out to big offline tournaments, to demigod events, to combatant events. There's money on the line at each of those, not just in the prize pool, but in that is to say the entry pot, but also supplied by NRS, by WB. And then at Final Combat, that's what we're all working towards. These are all ways to qualify for that. Offline, online, LCQ at the end. First place of that thing will take 70K. We got over 100K on the line in general at that event, so that's what we have. Check it out. If you're somebody who wants to come out and play, hey, you know what? If you think you're going to be able to qualify and win, do that. That's awesome. But for everybody else, for 99% of us, come out and let's play video games and have a good time and meet people. That's what we do at offline events.
That's what it's all about. And next week, Brazil Gamescom going down, which is a demigod level event as well. That is just how many days away? It is Friday. It is when it begins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days away. A demigod event also begins. So it's just back-to-back Mortal Kombat action here. I want to give you guys an update off stream. I do apologize, David. I left you completely hanging there as a commentator. just the worst. Dead air. I'm sorry. But we are working with some stuff with players where we may have to have a little bit of a different match order here than what you guys might be used to standardly seeing. Where we are maybe going to Hourglass of Rain versus Online Kale next. Then we could be going to Sonic Fox versus Rewind, and then coming back to Young Monster versus Retro. That could be the case as to what's happening here, but it is developing right now. As we speak, it looks like we're going to Hourglass versus Kale next, though. Just give you guys an update. So strap in. Things could get a little weird in order, but matches will still be occurring.
Okay, we're going to Kale and Hourglass, you say?
Yes.
I think that's great. Yeah, we have, again, a couple of young players, both teenagers, 18, Hourglass. Already has been competing for 4 years. And as we mentioned, had a qualification to Final Combat last time, just ended up not being able to go.
Is your reigning champion of the region.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so already setting up into this. To talk more about Kale as well, he started coming out to the locals here in SoCal for MK1. And when that started, he was, we have a good team. We've got a bunch of good players out here. He wasn't winning them, right? Like Han would usually win. We got a couple other players who do well. And as things went over time, I'd show up to Game Realms or whatever the local was, and he just was getting better and better so fast. Like he started out great. He started out really, really well when he started coming into MK1, but the improvement was so clear each time that I would see him at an event. And his dad, Online Tony, proudest dude the whole time, just standing behind his son, just absolutely beaming.
It was he was beaming the entire time. He was really so proud. And what was crazy is the fact that they almost did it back to back on the same stage.
At Texas Showdown, yeah.
Texas Showdown, his father won Street Fighter 4 on that stage on stream. That was before MK1, and then MK1 happened and Kale almost won. That would have been the greatest FGC story of the last 5 years, maybe even longer, if that were to occur. Cool. Are you shitting me? It almost happened, and it could still happen in the future. Online Tony, no slouch in Street Fighter 4 either. What an absolute demon with that Seth. Whew. Anyways, we're getting into other topics that me and David are going to talk about off stream later on. But a big update to what is happening right now in this bracket is that I lied to everyone's face a moment ago, David. and we are now repivoting due to an unpivot of a restructure, of a reformatting of what it was supposed to be, and now we're going to go to Young Monster versus Retro.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy either way.
I hope that you guys are able to follow what just happened.
I'm happy either way.
So yes, we should be getting Young and Retro. Fingers crossed. It is still developing on the back end. I do need to warn you guys. Again, this is mid development. Some of the players are having some issues with stuff going on. We're simply just working around it here, but we are trying to get you guys some matches. And we got so much to talk about here at the Pro Competition too, in that you just mentioned what all's coming up and where it all ends there in Final Combat. Be on the lookout because it hasn't been announced yet where or when it is. So be on the lookout for that at NRS Esports. Where and when is it? Come on.
I don't know.
I see NetherRealm talking in the chat. That's Ed Boon, by the way, guys. I don't know if you know, but that is Ed Boon in the chat. Please at NetherRealm in the chat, and you will get your wishes in Mortal Kombat. Please don't do that.
I heard he's granting wishes today.
He's granting wishes in the chat, guys. Please, all the buffs, all the nerfs that you want, I guarantee you he will listen directly and implement them himself.
Guaranteed.
Code it by hand.
Poor guy. Good luck out there in that chat.
What have I done to them? Anyways, it looks like we are going to get that match in Young Monster versus Retro. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world to know that Ed was hanging out and watching. Like, that dude really enjoys coming out and watching tournaments. It's not just the show that they put on, you know. He's not just like coming out to show his face or whatever. Like, he is interested. Like, he really likes watching players. He likes getting to know a lot of people on the scene. He has often talked with people about, you know, lots of stuff going on in the game
all the time.
Their thoughts about the game. Yeah, like, he really is super interested. And
you
know, because he's in the chat.
Yeah.
Right,
He's over here talking to us right now. What's up, man? But just to give you guys a little bit of insight, like at Final Combat last year, you know, getting to witness Ed walk up to people and like be like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on the game? What are your what should we be doing?" was really cool to see in person, and not many chances do I get to actually just tell you guys something like that. But it's really cool to see Ed get to do those kind of things in person, and actually taking feedback. And you can tell he likes the competition. He really enjoys the actual energy in the crowd. The action, he's usually into it. I've seen him in the front row of Combo Breaker going crazy, just like anyone else in the FGC. And speaking of going crazy, we got a match, and it's going to be a crazy one. Retro, Young Monster, two of the best character specialists in Mortal Kombat 1, arguably the best with their two characters right now on planet Earth. They are going to throw down in Mortal Kombat for a chance at Final Combat. This is in the losers. Loser done and dusted for the evening. The other still a shot at the West title. Let combat begin.
Retro with the Tremor cameo now. A little bit more of what we're typically seeing from him. It's not the Cyrax opponent. Gotta hang out. Oh, he was looking to block. You can tell he was not completing the string. He's still stuck. Trying to chase. Speaking of chasing, whew. And if she does that out of things like forward 2 or the big knee, she's +2 or so. Not big plus, but it's her turn. And constantly trying to look for the hit confirm too, out of moments like that. There's no, yeah. That was something we saw that when Retro was playing against Fox, and he didn't have Tremor, and I was wondering, like, that's the thing that I see him do when he has Tremor, but maybe he just like had a brain fart moment. And he's like, oh, no, I don't call Tremor now. But if he has it, then you do have to pay attention.
Close the gap, but not getting punished for it. Wow, it felt like Retro put a good de facto frame there to beat him. Maybe a little too slow on the back too. But cashing out, drops it, gets a slide look for the pickup of the plus frames that weren't there and still got the overhead afterwards anyway. Young Monster, just a flurry of things coming at Retro there in the corner. Up one,
hey, he's in
the corner position as well.
You can tell Young Monster's really trying to pay attention. If he does that and he sees some commitment from Katana, like a fan or like some whatever jump, something like that, then he lets it rip. But that's the intention anyway. But he puts that out, and if he sees nothing, then he cancels it. Very aware again. So constantly threatening from literal full screen.
There's not much that's given Retro to really think about when doing that instant air projectile. Even thinking back to the qualifiers, just getting away with it every time they're full screen. Young having an answer to meet there with the end of the phase through. The set, big cash out. Sends the bomb. Overneath it is Young.
Man, seeing somebody travel overneath like that, I never get tired of it. This is the only thing I've ever seen somebody go overneath it. It's an NRS game, and when you're commentating over it.
That's right. It's
the only time I've ever seen it.
It's quite a unique interaction that exists. Mortal Kombat and only on commentary specific. Overneath. It makes sense. If you can go underneath something, you can go overneath something, David.
You know what? Why not?
Why is it not Arkansas?
I actually do know the answer to that, but I can tell you later. In here, Young Monster.
Purple's on.
Again, yeah. Okay, starting to get fast.
Going for the
What
toes, too.
time is.
And Retro in the corner is real scary, but I mean, Ashra is hard to contain. That moving armored unit that she is. Hard to stop.
Mm-hmm. Purple Ashra. Went with the low. Oh, jeez. That's what he wants to avoid most of all. When he finds the hit, you notice, usually it's like 250, 300. When she finds the hit, when Katana finds the hit, it's definitely more.
Ooh, I wonder if he phased through there and actually let it rip, if Tremor would have absorbed the hit. Look at that's what Retro's trying to do.
The low!
Sets up the sneaky low. That was a snake in the boot if I've ever seen one. Wow. Visual trickery at its finest right there. And the ultimate distraction. I'm gonna say it. You know, watching Katana just kind of whiff the booty over your head and then just Tremor getting you from below from behind that's a messed up setup, David. It's a messed up setup.
That's the kind of setup I like, man. That's exactly what I'm going for.
I'm gonna be distracted and look up. That's all, you know? Tremor's getting me.
I hear you, yeah. No, that's the kind of setup I like. This is a versus game, folks. Like, you get to do wild stuff in games like this. Let's party.
And a party we are in right now. An absolute scrap here on the loser side of the bracket.
Round one, fight.
Retro up.
Yeah, on the strength of really good defense, of not overcommitting. And then when he does the big thing we were talking about, making sure that he has Tremor for safety and for mix-up. Right, again, though, Young Monster continuously looking to try to confirm whether Retro's done anything as a time. Launcher. Oh, pick it up? No, not quite.
Well, yep, as a anti-air, give you the spot versus the crumble.
Neutral low. Okay, that was so cool.
Very unique to find something that can convert off that third hit from a distance. Not a lot of characters can kind of consistently do that. And Retro having himself a sequence right now. Even the fact that the corner is so aggressive with the reversals. Checks and balances against those dashes, and they are successful. Retro looking strong.
Round two, fight.
Extremely ready. Moving forward. He knows the, he'd already called Tremor. Yeah. Tremor was not available. So you gotta be fast about reacting to that sort of stuff.
Fast.
Yeah.
Threw the EX fan about jump distance and wasn't ready for it.
So with Tremor on Crystalline and full meter back, he can play a big and mix up again now if he wants.
Right,
He can force the issue if he wants. He's got a life lead though, so maybe no need.
This is the classic Tremor to be in, which is crystalline, which means you can switch into the aftershock. You have your pound. You also have your rock uppercut to be either safe, to be plus, and launch. Real strong stuff.
And
There it is. Ooh, not so safe up close. How much damage is going to do to set up instead?
Okay, that was a stick confirm. I feel like he squeezed everything he could have gotten out of that moment. That was nice.
One light projectile, and that might be it. One light special. Hits that purple, and we're going to see an explosion the legs you guys have never seen. Oh, no, catching the movement backwards. We're not going to see anything. It's a 2-0 lead for Retro, chasing down Young Monster. Team trying to jump back right there. And that's the Katana special, that back two of hers, that lunge forward with her fan. So good at catching back movement, and has since day number 1.
I
That's
really
one thing
like
that the
the
Princess
back and
has
forth.
is an advancing mid.
That is for sure. Yeah, yeah. I really like his movement in general. I've been impressed with that so far. He's rarely anyway, overcommitted from range, throwing fans and stuff like that. That's what Young Monster wants him to do. Young Monster wants him to overcommit from full screen, and that's happened, but rarely. In general, it's been really good that he's been moving forward or moving back and then forward, so in a way so that the way that Young Monster's playing is very dependent on knowing where the opponent's going to be, and Retro's done a good job at not being there critically. Although here it is.
Oh, interesting. Tremor did not take the hit right there. Instead, they both did. Oh, Young playing so hard to guess on when he's going to cancel, when he's going to poke, and what he's going to do, after the cancel the phase, because he's been doing really good jobs of conditioning people to press, and then he'll do a phase, slight walk back, that classic slight walk back, and then whip punish. Whew.
Oh, nice. That did proc it. You notice that extra little damage. She would have killed anyway, but extra little damage from the purple guy floating around. Catch! It's been effective a couple of times too.
Feel the space on the screen right there from Retro, and knowing when Young Monster wanted to get aerial or get some space away from him. Pulls up for the punish. No!
Checked by Retro. Gonna try to play mix up here. Successfully. Just hoping that Retro overcommits in those situations. Can rarely happen. It's just a slow approach.
And as Young is doing this, everyone, look down in the bottom right of your screen, and Young's built 3/4 of that bar of meter. Doing what he's doing right now, just whiffing these build meter, Energizer Bunny. Has a full Movado too, if you let one rip and see that it gets blocked, you throw the mine or something, try to be safe.
Oh yeah.
Cancel, get crazy,
Oh,
get
yeah.
the hit confirm, because Movado's there, baby.
And threatening the same thing. Could go in at any time. Is this a whiff? No. Oh, huge moment. How many? Okay, 340.
Into plus frames.
Best situation that Young Monster has had so far. Closest. Yes. Didn't spend EX on it. Gonna be all right though.
Young on the board right there. Love that pressure. Throw the low mix. Even if it wasn't successful, had the Movado come in for the plus frames. Leave up to +6 on that Movado pullback. Definitely got some pressure afterwards. Force another situation. Could have been a stagger. Could have gotten crazy with some specials, but still alive in this one. Not over. Young in his battle of character specialists. So far, so good.
Yeah, definitely looking really strong. It's been a lot of fun to watch that Asher moving around the screen in this way. Seems like it's a really fun character to play, like really fun team to play.
That's what it definitely feels like. Just watching him do what he does makes me want to try to do it just in the freedom of expression you have in those cancels and mobility on the screen. Who doesn't want that?
No, I really agree. I have not been interested in this character personally until seeing Asher players move around in this way. Great little anti-air.
And then the buff where they can stance switch in the middle of what they do, like he just did there. That add multitude of layers that's really in the hands of the beholder, you, the controller of the character.
Steals a turn. Young Monster successfully into the corner even. All the way through. Uh-oh! Way too far! But really good awareness by Retro to make that happen. Stabs in! And even without meter available, it's still 285. Trying to start the party, yes.
Challenge successfully. These Retros had some good, should I say a high percentage of blocking that overhead, barely missing the Tremor there on the land.
Well, that means Tremor's not going to be available as the ambush call for a while.
There's Unfadeable available, and it is one of the most devastatingly hitting ones in the game. Will not need it. We'll find the stray hit.
Young Monster 1 round away from tying it up.
In a really similar state of a full screen war, and a big whiff from Retro.
I would get it. Come on.
all the conditioning that after those phases have been down 3, sweep, poke, going for the toes. Where's the fan going? Not coming back. Got hit out of it.
Young Monster in for pressure again. Grab mounting.
Young was looking to block confirm if that slide was blocked for some pressure after that too. Just keeping the sequence going, and it's off to a huge start. Josh Ender, no punished. Butterfingers.
Big stolen turn, and the little duck does it for Young Monster. They got scrambled. They definitely got scrambled at the end of that game right there, but Young Monster does tie it up.
Get ready to light this thing up. We're going to a game number 5 and a potential reverse 3-0. We have seen one of those in the qualifier, in the finales. Today, I want to say that VGY was able to pull off a reverse 3-0 earlier today in the EU side of things. Will we see another here in NA? Time will tell.
Yeah, that's right.
Except this next one. All the brackets today have been incredible.
When VGY did that, it was on a character switch. He switched over to Homelander.
Homelander, yeah.
And made
He's
it work,
had some
but
of the
this is not.
craziest character switches in the game. Who switches to Omni-Man in Grand Finals and wins reverse 3-0 as well?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. But this is not a character switch. This is just adapting mid-set.
These are just two gamers gaming.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, saw it on reaction. Oh, up in the sky. Getting knocked down into big damage. Into setup.
Oh, what? He's definitely setting up some nasty right there. Maybe a throw combo set up into the bomb. Or maybe it's supposed to combo into the bomb.
Ooh,
not gonna matter.
Tricky. Young Monster's trying to bring out some tricks here in the final game. I just realized it's Katana Movado. Didn't even notice. I was like, how is it the Young Monster just down forward Movado? That's his dude, but no, it's
Definitely no, dude.
Katana Movado.
It's a battle of the edgelords here.
Yeah. It's the ropes battle. Finds the grab. And considering how important Tremor was to the playstyle that he went with before, yeah, I'm really curious what it is that Movado does for him. Maybe it just chases down in just this way.
And that pull is going to be just a great check for Young Monster to always be considering. Full screen, you can't do those jump back phases as consistently.
That's right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, if you see Young Monster holding on to phase, yeah, you can shut it down right away. There you go.
Immediately close the gap as well. Any character that you find yourself struggling to get something full screen with, the Movado pull alone can change matchups for you. Just to give them a threat to think about, that's a huge knockdown in front of you, a great hit advantage, and right up in your face. Called out. Young Monster is just going absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that was the one that you could check. So really good defense by Retro. Waited until it was not a plus frame. Stab. Dashing forward. Here's that movement I was talking about. In and out. Trying to move ever so forward. He's got Movado again. Instantly, Young Monster. Not doing quite as many of the teleport phasing cancels. Okay, he's got a big chance. That fireball was not breakable, but the follow-up, yes. What an escape! All right, Retro, let's see it. Up close.
Gets the hit, though. Young.
Let's see it.
Not breaking. Sure, certainly have to.
Yeah. Retro's gotta be patient, looking for this.
Oh, you gotta be careful right there at range where Fatal Blow can be reactionary, but now there's no health for Retro. Goes for the grab. Gets a combo because the Movado pairing. Is there enough to go with the Fatal Blow? Yes! The scaling off of this, though, is it enough?
Surely enough. Surely enough. 950. Gotta be enough.
It's gotta be.
All right. We're going down to the final round, folks.
It's crazy that it was barely, though.
Yeah, it was barely, but we're going down to the very final round. Adaptations by Young Monster got us here at a 2-2. Adaptation by Retro in this game has also adapted. That switch of Cameo definitely making a big impact. Not making it easy on Young Monster. Up close. Out of Cameo.
Great time to call it out there by Retro on the down one. Watching the long hold of Young Monster on the purple. Not enough time for the Movado recovery to get a forward throw there. Unfortunate. Gave Young Monster some space because of the pushback, and now he's out. Holding that big health lead, but just like that, a straight hit. Positioning against him.
One of the things about zoning like this is that you never know when the opponent's going to come back in to find the hit, and it's those times that zoning makes kind of its most money. Stabbing in like this, he got him!
Oh my
Yes!
god!
On the unbreakable down 2 option into one of the most damaging fatal blows in the game. Oh, it's gonna be that. Young Monster. 3-2, the complete comeback. Down 0-2, all the way back through.
That was one of the craziest moments for that to occur in a Game 5 final moment, and it off of her down 2 in particular, that's this double side swipe. It had this beautiful arc to it, out of nowhere into what was cataclysmic, unbreakable damage, as you said, one of the coolest mechanics that they added and juiced up in this game. It is so prevalent. It is so good, everyone. You should be looking to use it. That down 2 cancel, it's guaranteed damage. The scaling on it's immaculate. There you see the power of it.
And you could tell just before that too, Young Monster was absolutely looking for that. Looking for something to get with the down 2. Shoutouts to him for really thinking through exactly what he needed. The beginning of this, again, these are close games. Well, they weren't blow-ups, but you know, consistently Retro finding the right moments, forcing a situation that was good for him, navigating well around what Young Monster wanted to do, and then the adaptations. There were fewer of the far phases as things went on, right? It was more about the kind of up-close pressure. Yeah, we're seeing those moments in here. And then this counter-adaptation by going to Movado for Retro. So really interesting back and forth. Down to the very, very final round.
Barely
Super
killed
fun
here to
set.
stay
2 of the
alive,
best
down
players in the
to a
scene.
couple of damage. Spent the
Here we
big
go.
resource, and then
Yes!
there was a that was the fact that it was even after a blocked overhead is even crazier.
Right. Yeah. What a
That took
call.
that took some audacity, and sometimes that's what it takes in a situation like that to win. Young Monster now top 4 in this tournament. We're moving on to Hourglass versus Online Kale. Man, that got the heart rate going.
Yeah, I'll say, look at these so far. Bunch of close ones. Even the ones that don't say 3 and 2 on them, those are all close too. A lot of fun sets. We still got a lot more waiting for winners finals, Sonic Fox and Rewind. We'll get to that after this. But yeah, Hourglass, even though a young player, 18 as we said, is already in that moment of being one of the best. Of course, as we mentioned, qualified through this online regional final as the winner last year. Just couldn't make it to Final Combat, but already is there, right? And for Kale, he's close, right? He's very close to becoming one of the best that we have. In fact, when Kale did very well at Texas Showdown, after that, Fox said something like, "Yeah, I can like recognize something like their history in this young player," kind of reminding them, which is a super cool recognition. They then played a really long set on Fox's stream that I went and checked out, which is really fun too to watch. A lot of really cool tech that they both had.
It was really interesting, the dynamic that those two had going into Texas Showdown of Kale and Sonic purposely didn't play because they wanted their first fight and battle to be in a competitive setting.
That's super.
And it wasn't
cool.
until after they
Okay.
played offline that they were like, all right, games, let's go.
That's awesome. Okay, sick. All right, well here we go.
Let's go.
We got Hourglass. We got Online Kale. Homelander's pick. And he's already got the corner. Yep, starting it off the overhead.
Man, he's already put those size 13s to work. Oh, 3 kicks in a row, and that might be the round. No break from Hourglass. We're going to turn this into what we call an NBR, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take you back again to the year 2015. I told you we're time traveling tonight. What we called an NBR back in MKX was a meter building round. And that's what Hourglass
yes.
just had.
The old battery rounds. Yep.
Charge it up. Use it later.
I mean, are we still doing that?
I guess so. Save it for the next match. I don't know how that works.
Of course, the default to blocking against this character is overhead. The lows are more like pokes, but wow. Okay, Kale calling out exactly the right time.
Sorry, get
Hourglass
zapped out of
running
that
out of
ball
life.
roll.
Running out of life.
The corpse hop. And I mean corpse hop because he's going for the kill. Gets the laser and through the activity of the Kungamis. That was all unbreakable.
Okay, reaction was there.
Onto a hit.
Even chip.
Could not be stopped.
No one can stop me.
You put At online, Kelly dominating game number 1 in this one. And Homelander, you put that little bottle down. Man, don't even get started. Stop it.
I feel like Pharaoh would want some
What
of
kind
that.
of percentage milk does Homelander drink?
It's got to be full. It's got to be full. What, is he worried about getting fat?
Oh.
What do you, I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah? Have you? Yeah?
Oh, have I missed stuff? Am I not far enough? Okay, all right, fair enough. I don't know. I guess I'm not far enough. Oh, now I know what's gonna happen.
No. I'm not saying. Is there such thing as a higher than 2% milk? Is there 6%?
Yeah, you can get whatever percent you want.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Let's
it's up to
see.
you. You got to buy 100% and then get rid of it. Yeah. It wasn't even about the character selection last time. That was just complete big pressure. It was the right reads constantly, and Hourglass maybe looking for some kind of different variation on what the reads were going to be each time. So I don't know that was a very representative game for how this set's going to go.
Absolutely. And even on the receiving end, if you're Hourglass, not a lot of mental damage was probably done just because of how how fast it was. In that round 1, you're like, okay, I got it by overhead 3 times in a row. My bad, it happens. And then you just kind of quickly go in the next one. I know my mistake. Quick reset, go in. And now he's looking real good here in game number 2.
Yeah, I didn't feel like that first game was very representative of what would end up happening in this set. Sometimes you get wrong. That's all right.
Yeah, something happens. Look at the approach there, but was it Hourglass playing hard to get this time around? Works off.
Yes. Takes the moment, poke into big business. Below. Again, really trying to open things up. Open up that pressure. Whoa! Okay, big stolen turn. Into it again. Hourglass is going to hold on to the bar.
Another meter building round for him. And, whoa, I told you to put those things away, man. This is a family stream.
Yeah, okay.
I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Her shirt is pretty bloody at the moment. Into more pressure.
No.
Oh, yo, man, he blocked. That was super cool. Here he goes. Got a break. Kale, though, still here. Just opening up all the mix-ups. Is this enough? It is? Wow, Kale.
And this is a statement couple of games from Kale.
Especially in that one. I mean, he lost the first round, and it was a pretty big win by Hourglass in round 1. And yet, once he got to the corner, Kale got to the corner, that was it, right? That was extremely fast.
Which is how game 1 happened. It was first hit, corner, boom, boom, wham, bam, 100%. Thank you, ma'am. 2-0 lead for online Kale right now. The prodigal son of Mortal Kombat. Down the hall in his house is his father, watching with immense pride. It's 15-year-old. But if he loses, doesn't get ice cream tonight. That's what's even crazier.
Oh, poor Tony. Man, shout out to Tony. He did a great job. Was not always easy, I'm sure.
Is he down the hall, or is Tony over the shoulder coaching him? He actually might be there.
I would not be surprised. Yeah.
And do you want to hear something crazy that I learned about these two? Is that both father and son, online Tony in Street Fighter 4 used a character with a full screen super and taught his son, online Kale, all of his personal strategies of how he uses that. And online Kale's main cameo at the time, and most of the time, is Sector with a full screen fatal blow that's really quick. And he showed me footage of his son using it the same way he did like 10 years ago in tournament. It was awesome.
That's really funny, yeah. Yeah, as somebody who, and this is true, the first time I played online Tony in tournament, I got triple perfected by him. I'll talk about that in a bit, but right now we got Kale into the corner. Again, once he's gotten into the corner, each game, that's been it.
It's been a nightmare scenario for Hourglass. He is on match point right now, looking to make Tony proud. But Hourglass of Reigns, father himself, one of the other super active fathers in the community. Massive shoutouts is always active in the chats, was at Texas Showdown back-to-back years. It was really awesome to actually get to meet Hourglass's dad, who's super supportive of his son competing in Mortal Kombat. So shouts to the MK dads out there.
And that low, just doing it to try to open things up a little bit, make the opponent at least worried a little bit about blocking low. Okay, or just maybe whiff punish finally off the bar. Hourglass in big trouble. Where's he going? Okay, nice, and it was close enough to get the punish. Finally corner for Hourglass. Oh, and it just... Man, it did not last long. Kale's defense, not just about offense for him. Punish! He's got Farah. He's got Bar. He's got the game and the set. Kale. Ending it.
Ending
Each time he got into the corner. That was what it was about.
And that's our defending champion from last year here in the NA West, falling in the year 2025. Online Kale eliminates Hourglass of Rain 3-0. But Hourglass still has some points from the Texas Showdown run, and definitely has a lot of events coming up. There's still a crazy amount of offlines coming. 7 in total, 6 still registrable for coming up.
Yep, we got a few in the US as well. So
yeah,
maybe still a chance. Yeah, I mean, shout out to him. I really enjoy watching Hourglass play, but not going to happen for him.
Yeah,
this replay, as we take a look at this thing, is going to be on the left side of the screen. I feel like all the stuff we're about to see are on the left side.
And as you were talking about his father getting some perfects, almost a couple of them for Kale in this one. The start of it, just the triple overhead, feel like it took the wind out of Hourglass just a little bit. You know, fought back, but every time he got caught, every highlight's in the corner, and now that we're saying
I'm telling you, yeah.
And
that's where the match was
devastation.
played.
Here we are.
Yeah. Like, what else are you going to show?
One more? Yes.
Oh, the end. The end was in mid-screen. Fair enough.
Now we're talking.
Fair enough.
But
yeah, man. Here's
that lift would have corner carried.
Here's what happened.
So technically, but dang GGs.
There I was, just playing my good old Zangief in Street Fighter 4, you know, back in the day. And this new character comes out called Seth. And he had, in my opinion, one of the hardest matchups that I've ever played against. And, and Tony was the best with it, including what made me think of it was his full screen super and full screen ultra at the time. And yeah, he triple perfected me in tournament. And the other round that I did get the hit in, I did one stand medium punch. So shout outs to Online Tony.
David, if it makes you feel better, that tournament I was talking about, that Online Tony won, being in the crowd watching it, he got about 9 perfects in that top 8, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like 10 years later, and he's still perfecting people left and right. He was left and right.
But sometimes you get got, and if you're playing against a player like Tony and a character like Seth, it's the same kind of mindset as you have to have against somebody like Kale. Using
Kale and Homelander is almost the exact same thing.
You just have to think like I'm gonna get got sometimes. Like I'll lose some rounds big, and you have to get back into it. Unfortunately for Hourglass there, it's not going to happen. We move on now to winners finals between, on the left, Sonic Fox, Evo champion 1,000 times. And on the right, Rewind, Evo champion as well. 2 Evo champions that we have here.
And a rivalry of a Mortal Kombat age, these two. They've met in some of the biggest stages in our competitive history. Online, offline, doesn't matter. And they have, again, going back to about 9 years ago.
Yeah,
when
a long time.
I feel like Rewind started making some really big headway in the online MKX space before coming offline, real heavy towards the end of it. And then has been an upper echelon player since. The Injustice 2 runs were insane, and he has to survive. Bomb City jumps back and avoids the final one. Working on a flawless victory. Is Sonic Fox here, just like Kale, back-to-back match.
Okie doke. All right. Yep. Hello. Yeah, they know each other well. Obviously, these are 2 buddies, training partners, played a million times. I will say, though, Rewind did tell me, quote, he's confident. I'm confident in my path as long as I play to the level I know I can. And that was somebody who must have known that if he was going to win, he'd probably run into Sonic Fox. So still saying that he felt confident. Right now in trouble.
Is this a double flawless? Meter, drain. 3 RPGs in the arsenal. For Sonic, still in the bottom left, nowhere to escape.
Still stuck, the jump, and he's right. And instantly Fox is out.
Double flawless avoided though. That's surely gonna give some kind of mental edge to Rewind here. It's like, yes!
Well, he's very capable of taking this whole thing now with Sonic Fox with no bar. You tech that?
Oh, almost got
And instantly into what Fox needed.
Both of them swinging right there, just unfortunately not going. Rewind's way on the second hit of that string. The speed of that 1-2 from Cyrax has gotten a lot of mileage for Sonic. Whether it be the checks of the movement from Retro, if you remember, with the 1-2s moving forward, and then even there, waking up with it so many times in that last match. There too, been a great string for him. Sonic looking strong.
Yeah, things could have gone pretty differently at one point, though. There was that big whiff. I think it might have been forward 2 that we saw from Fox. Whichever 2 the overhead is. And then we saw Ermac try to get the whiff punish with his own back 2, and he committed, and then he whiffed. If that had been like a little bit closer either way, maybe a very different story, because that started things off and never really left. By the way, these are cool outfits.
They are. Winner looking for the extra cushion. Been on the winner's side of grand finals in this. Being guaranteed top 3, being guaranteed top 4 does not matter here. Win, take all.
All right, I had a chance to go look back.
Oh, no.
Maybe I'll talk about it later. We'll talk about that setup that he did. That's pretty meaty. Right now, though, it's Fox.
So much damage left on the table. Fox giving an inch, taking 17 miles with it. Nowhere to go.
Jump defensive answer has come a few times here from Rewind.
Save them just in the awkwardness that happens on it being an anti-air situation versus the grounded hit situation.
Rewind's trying to challenge with stand ones, which kind of makes sense. He's looking for the blocks, but Sonic Fox has consistently buttons out. Will he here? Rewind, find the hit?
Unfortunately, the buttons of Ermac there not catching him stray enough on the second hit. Whiffing. So many problems some characters have if they put out like a 1-2 or something in the second hit. If the stand 1 anti-airs doesn't hit high enough to convert. Ermac falling forward right there. Sonic, another round on the board. Because of it. Safe. But checking the spaces, Rewind perfectly.
Hey! Rewind. Connection. Janet out. So the setup was that he does the whole business, and then he has Janet do a low, and meanwhile he's falling down as Ermac, and then he does the air float. And maybe he'll do an overhead or not. Oh, but Sonic Fox is just out of there. But you can see what I was talking about, right? Like he's falling down with the overhead and the low Janet.
Yes, first person to call it out so far in the tournament tonight. Sonic, watching this event, saw it and went, I'm just gonna, maybe even labbed it or checked it, challenged it. Armor being the answer.
So Serena got hit. Not gonna be able to break. Ton of damage. Still alive.
What the overcommitment of Rewind. That works? Yes!
Nice. Okay.
Into the victory. What could have been right there? I wonder if in that Gento setup, if you can get a timing to where you're coming down with the neutral punch and something from Janet that can break armor, you know, and that there's just layers there that even these two might be at. And we're not because we haven't seen it too much.
I'm sure they've played a million times in this match. You know, I don't think that there's going to be, like, new info. I mean, maybe, because Fox is always coming up with stuff. They're definitely one of the best, most inventive players that any scene has in fighting games. So I wouldn't be, I guess, super surprised, but yeah, you know, well, I'm expecting Rewind to have an idea of what to do, and you can see that he's very close to making it work.
Indeed, I was actually going to say most of the meta that I run into in Kombat League is the latest Sonic Fox video. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, you saw a million Cyrax arenas starting like 3 weeks ago. Or
Ghostface,
whenever that was.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, Rewind. I don't know what kind of mental thought process was behind jumping in the EX lift, but maybe thought Sonic was in disrespect. I have seen some people take different risks of doing jump-ins into something fast enough to take away a gap. I think people would press, but high risk on that decision, and it has led to all this nastiness.
That's the punish that Rewind wanted in game 1. This time it worked. Oh. Very interesting to know that Rewind would land until the grab came. Fox here. Still stuck. Flawless at least. Negating the chip. The rep. just didn't believe in it. I really like Sonic Fox's movement. He's getting outside of that back two range very consistently, and then on whiff punish to go to match point.
Just
wow.
with Sonic's movement alone is what looks to be so hard to hit. Luckily caught in some massive negativity there in the bomb whiff. And we're back in a gentle setup. No! Is going to deny the prophecy. Let's see what kind of situation we're going to see with how he was going to end that route this time around with Sonic Fox not having any meter. Instead, just a clean pick up here, and look at Rewind finally gets some offense going. We're in the corner, but drops the ender. Still able to have some advantage though, luckily. Don't see that every day.
Let's get out of the corner at least. Into pressure. A little bit. Just gets got by Sonic Fox. Looking for the highs. And they were right.
And it's time to play a game.
Okay, was correct. And instantly, it's Sonic Fox back.
Every time he tries to get out, Sonic pulls him back in, David. Is he gonna get the second bar? No. It's really set up, but Rewind once more trying to go to the skies to escape, and Sonic denies it with an anti-air missile of a button. That was really one of the biggest stories of Rewind's fall here, was just how much it worked and didn't work of just holding up.
I mean, we're gonna obviously count it. Good work.
I don't know if I've ever seen that in my life.
You know, there's one way to do bad manner stuff, right? There's one way to be a jerk, which is maybe you could do a little stance switch back and forth. Maybe you could do a fatality. You could do a brutality. But to do a quitality on your own W, that's the kind of inventive, novel stuff I was talking about before, right? This is somebody who's always coming up with the new hotness, and right now,
when did they put Harakiri?
Quitality on your own win. Yeah, exactly.
A Harakiri, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. All right, 2-1 Sonic Fox's lead. Get him back.
Yeah, right.
Unbelievable.
That was awesome. All right, Fox into grand finals, and we're going to take a look back here on how things went. Yeah, this was a big moment right there. That was just after the double whiff of the overhead on Cyrax's side, and then the footsies on Rewind's side, and then this whole rest of this game was fought in the left corner. Big swing moment in neutral there. Yeah, combo sweep into fatal as they're stuck in the net.
There was one of the
and in that moment, that whip punish right there was sick as well.
Ooh, and there was Rewind trying to get out of the corner again, like he had so many times. But smartly, Sonic going for, I think it's the stand 3 or the stand 4 with that massive hitbox to it. It happens to be the optimal starter. Closing things out, and then just piecing, saying GG. Sonic sitting with the cushion of grand finals on the winner's side. 3 incredible players on the loser's side to determine their opponent. It is a run back from round 1. Up next, Young Monster versus Online Kale. It was 3-1 in favor of Online Kale in their first altercation. But runbacks, you never know.
In favor of Young Monster at the start.
Oh, did I say Kale? My bad.
No, it's all good, yeah. But yeah, you're right. They've played already today.
Yep.
And we'll see what the change was. Young Monster barely getting through on over Retro 3-2, very, very close. Online Kale, much more of a dominant play.
Very.
Versus Hourglass that Kale had. That might have been the most dominant set that we've seen on stream at least.
Yeah, that
so
was
far today.
Probably the most, Sigma energy we've seen from Online Kale so far tonight.
Yeah, was he mocking him?
I don't know. That's the thing, David. I don't know if he is. Is he?
Man, when I was young, I always thought it was really funny when my parents would use the slang of our day, and I was always like, one of these days I'm gonna be that older guy. Now it's gonna be my turn. It's actually really funny.
We're here right now, David. That day has come.
Chicken jockey. You have to Google that. You don't know what you think. You don't even get it.
I kind of know of that one, but I'm so disappointed. He's 15, so I really can't.
He's 15. That's what he said. I'm not. By the way, I didn't bring that up for no reason.
And-
That's, when we asked them for quotes, his quote was,
That's what he said.
"Chicken jockey."
And if you have ever been around Online Kale when he competes in these settings, I'm really fortunate to get to be, adminning a lot of brackets that he's in. And he's quite a character. Online Kale has storyboarded out at least 10,000 different memes and videos in his phone, and he'll like win or lose a match, and then he'll go to the chat with his opponent and post like 7 videos. That's a whole story. That's like, if you have to look at it deep, and he's telling you a story of like him dominating you over like 7 videos. And this is what he does on a consistent basis. Even offline, he'll split the video and be like, "Yeah, man, what's up?" He has such a personality. He's a very
That's
unique
awesome.
character as Online Kale.
That's
Big
really
time.
cool. Yeah, no, you'll love to see that stuff. 15 years old, doing great. And we are, he's here in top 4. Trying to make it happen versus Young Monster, somebody who's been a very, very strong player themselves for a long time. He's been
Someone in
one of
chat
the best
said
back-end
that.
kids.
Someone in chat said he was born the same year Minecraft came out.
Yeah. Getting older is a trip, man.
Just a fact. Did you say that it's a trip or a trip?
It's a trip.
Yeah, it's a journey. It's an evolution.
It's not all bad.
It's an experience,
Yeah.
to say the least. But definitely
was
not
that?
all bad, David. I mean, we're
4 or
living
5
proof.
years.
We're living proof. Look at us.
Yeah,
In
you
our-
look great, man.
In our fine older age, you're looking great. You're
I
looking
know.
great over there, man.
Yeah, dude. You know what?
Yeah.
It's not all bad. It's not all bad.
Yeah, it is not all bad, guys. You can age gracefully. But again, similar to what I talked about with characters in fighting games earlier, it is really in the hands of the beholder, and you. Be healthy out
You
there.
got a real nice pair of eyes under those shades, You do a disservice to everybody by hiding those things all the time.
I do a service, okay? I don't want to turn anyone to stone or get anyone pregnant, David. I don't need those bills. I don't need those problems. Don't put that evil on me.
The players set up here,
These eyes are dangerous, David. They have to be contained. They're like Medusa.
Good word. We'll get the matchup as soon as we can.
Yeah, we're having fun over here. They looks like they had to remake the lobby a couple of times, so we're getting it together here in the back end, guys. As NA West is coming slowly or closer to a close here. Just 4 players remaining. Fox sitting there, and now we do the big losers run. Young Monster versus Online Kale. Winner faces Rewind. Winner of that faces Fox for the title of West. Something players
a tough
are
road.
in. And we thought we were going to be T1000less in this bracket.
We'll see.
Ashra.
Is that the choice? Okay.
Movado.
Liquid
Bullshit.
metal.
You'll be
Huh.
terminated.
So
like
that's
the
the
others.
maybe counter pick idea to Astra here. I'm imagining like going into puddle underneath her phasing stuff. Maybe shooting her from far. Oh, we'll see. Starting things out with the grab. You got Movado, of course. Classic team, great pairing. If you're gonna have a bunch of unsafe mix-ups, you might as well do stuff that is gonna lead into a lot of damage from every hit. This is the team that really maximizes that. You can try it. Nice little duck though. Movado, you got it. Yep, you have to be
Very
very
good.
patient.
Not committing to something right there. We're not getting
Woo!
Oh!
That was such a cool conversion. I almost regret that there was a breaker there. Like I wanted to know what else was gonna happen.
Young has had some absolutely firework displays of some of these conversions that Ash was capable of, but Online Kill is gonna, I think, erase it with a simple pickup to fatal here. Close.
Yeah.
Gonna give her the pipe.
it?
And it is!
Yes.
4:56
couple of
later and a
points.
shot at the title for Kale.
Coming in at the big heavyweight class. I think that was the wrong Movado. I don't think that's what he was looking for there. It's gonna be a while until Movado's ready to be called. See him paying patiently in the meantime.
Ooh, not close enough to the punish. That stand 4 barely whiffed. No full combo from Monster though, and Kale's making him pay the iron price for it.
Call out! Kale chasing him coast to coast!
The pressure, relentless right now.
And
Like,
Kale
boy,
gets to
you
hang
need
out
to
and be
come to
patient.
me. And I wonder if that low spike, since it travels far forward the entire time with multi-hits, if that's going to be really good at stopping the approaches with those phases of Ashra. And this is a lot of damage.
Absolutely. Always is with that Ashra. Comes in.
This is divine retribution.
End up above 500. More than half life for both of these teams.
Oh! It's into an unsafety and a
Safe.
evisceration. Down to brutal.
T1000 win.
Kale's switch looking strong so far. Wow. Doing something that we saw so much in NA East, which was pretty much a giant ad for T1000. But you see what the character can take away from opponents in the ability to play their game. He can hit you, leave you restanding. He can hit you and put you in a situation that where you can't armor. You have to block Movado slide, OTG into a fun hard to block situation, right back into it again.
Is
It's a
that
looping,
surprising?
forced
I'm a
guess
machine.
that takes game plans away, and it's looking like it's a successful plan from Kale here so far.
It's definitely effective, but you definitely also have to be guessing right as the T1000 player. If not, you're gonna get got.
Oh yes, and Asha's gonna hit you. She's gonna chin check you
Yeah.
if you mess up. Case in point.
Yep, starting it off well. Applying a bunch of hits. But
Playing for the future too, but he's from the future, David. He's seen what you're gonna do with those purple hoops. And pulling a trick out of the Tweety page book from East there, that jumping into the goop is catching a lot of people off guard. And
boy.
can he get out?
No, he's oh!
Young probably
Still
thought the string was
stuck.
over, but the man's still
Looking for up
swinging.
block.
He's still
Got
in it.
him on the overhead. Ah, he felt he needed something else. I'm sure he's right. It wasn't gonna kill. He wanted one more mix-up, but Kale was ready. Punish. Oh.
And I like that covered it even on block right there. If you were to micro duck, the grabbing that string, the bottom mine's going to be there. A lot of characters can do this kind of tricky things with the mine. It's expensive.
Yeah.
So, more purple. Purple haze.
Chases. Kale's in. Movado 1. Ooh. Okay, beautiful. Okay, this is big damage if he wants. If he wants. 412 already. Kale's out. He's got a chase. Is that fast enough? No!
It was right there.
Man, John Connor barely got away in that car right there, I tell you.
Ooh, and so was Ashra not to go into some active frames right there. Felt like he had a stand one or something out there. Punish. Are we quite at the corner? Not yet. But he caught the startup of it, and when she's holding the charge, she is susceptible to simply being hit. We've seen it just a couple of times tonight. You guys said no Movado. Can't take away the wake up, but it's not going to matter at all. Young is just going to fall victim here again to this on the scene of the crime. Never mind. He took you over,
Win.
and now he's about to go. I don't know.
I don't know.
What can you do as Ashra? I don't even know. Go demon hunt?
Yeah, you could do a lot of stuff. Sure. Yeah.
But wow, a shockingly different matchup than we saw on the winner's side when they met, where Young Monster
True.
looked unfazed by, what was it, the Homelander that came from Kale earlier. This time, T1000 up on a Sunday afternoon, looking to get some vengeance.
Okay, so to Sector now. That's the intended adaptation. More zoning.
No
That's the idea.
human can do it.
It's a pick we've seen a few times. People going to, as an answer for this T1000, utter and complete keep away.
But I do feel like T1000 has some pretty strong movement options in a matchup like this. Personally, I don't know. I guess we'll see if it even comes up. Right now, it's up close pressure. Mix-ups already. It's to the corner already. Yeah.
Double overhead.
Oh, drop.
Watched a little too high. Sick
Beautiful
conversion there by
design.
Young, who knew the side switch combo with the rocket. Didn't know where to go.
Ooh,
nasty.
how ready was Kale right there for that movement?
Woo!
Yeah. Oh, it's not enough, but even Chip's gonna be a big deal here.
What a route.
Yeah. Match point.
Looking to lock him up.
Fight.
The T-1000 eats an air missile, though, and that was a gorgeous side switch. Young, he micro-moved forward with a walk versus a dash, like knowing the space immaculately.
Okay. Denying just at the moment when command grab was the idea. And looking for up block yet again. No grab though. His chance. Much more about pressure. This is not actually the zoning that I thought it might be. This is about Young Monster pressuring in the corner. With some really interesting series, by the way. The use of like forward 3 and cancel has been really fun to watch.
He's got some really good fake outs with this team, and yes, that's a great setup of his own. 2 for 2 successfully on that one. Back to the corner because of the Cabalin hooks. The
Big
risk.
moment.
He'll pay for it. Young gets the corner.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, set up.
Oh, this could be crazy.
Yo,
Fake
big
him out
stolen
again.
turn. Really wants to maintain the corner. No, will he back up voluntarily? Okay. Yeah, that's part of the movement that I feel like is pretty decent in this matchup. His air movement into puddle. Yeah, puddle on the ground. But we'll see if
Recovery
he can
there.
get in.
Young all of a sudden with the lead, and then checks him with the full screen advancement. That's just zoning 101 right there.
Just running away is not going to matter in the end. You have to move forward at some point.
Checking that movement. Be equally as crucial. Getting in mind of your opponent and taking away that health bar. And speaking of taking away a health bar, this is close.
950
May not be
HP.
because of 950, yes.
I think that's going to be that.
Oh no. Online Kale is going to take it 3-0. That is vengeance from the second match on stream. 3-1 in favor of Young Monster. The T-1000 for the first time I've ever seen broken out from Online Kale. Super effective in this one, and we'll be facing Rewind in the next match, which is a multiple run back, I think, from the qualifiers. And then winner of that to face Sonic Fox, which is a multiple run back in multiple ways. This is just an awesome top 3 from here on out.
Yeah, whoever makes it through the losers finals is going to end up playing against Fox, a matchup that they've played a lot of, both in tournament and not. But first, let's take a look back at how this one went. As you mentioned, the switch to T1000 is really the big story. It was mix-ups that were really strong, but you know, it wasn't just that, right? A couple errors, unfortunately, for Young Monster here and there, but it was also just really good guesses. Yeah, defensively as well by Online Kale. His defense was great. Yeah, that was just barely outside of that range.
I think her sword's just a little bit bigger.
I think it must be, yeah. She's got the big steppy on forward, too. And then, yeah, just a great corner pressure. Once it became in this sort of neutral situation, we saw Kale finally have to chase versus Sector. That change was definitely big, too, but he was able to do exactly that. Chase it down, find the big moment, find a kill.
Just a really strong performance.
Really happy to see a Young Monster. You know, you talked a little bit about his history and how strong he's been when he's wanted to play and do well in games. He absolutely can do that. I would love to see Young Monster show out more. Super fun to watch.
Please, both
Great
you and
player.
your brother Young would definitely love to see
Would
you.
be great. Yeah.
And kind of the forgotten twins of North America in Mortal Kombat, because they don't really travel a lot. I think they went to one Evo offline ever, and that was it. The rest has been online, where they've just been what's the word? Just the ultimate online bracket demon that has existed.
Well, we move on to losers final. It's going to be Rewind and Kale. Now, you talked about this being a run back from the qualifier. Technically true. Okay. Kale got first place and Rewind got second place. They did play in grand finals, but that was with like weirdo characters, and I'm just not sure that I think it was for reals. Maybe I don't know.
Kale
I didn't
did-
expect T1000 there, so maybe
Kale-
maybe not. But
Kale did double eliminate him, and I don't remember what the first matchup was.
yeah, I mean he won 3-1, 3-0, but I think that Riwan was playing Katana, if I recall
Ooh,
correctly.
you're in grands, you're right.
So
But I want to say that they played in winners round 1 as well. Of that, I'm gonna look it up.
okay.
I got it pulled up.
But yeah, anyway, maybe.
Yes. It was online Kale 3-1 over him in winners round 1 and then 3-0 in the grands. But I think in that first match they were serious. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and I could
as
be
far
wrong
as the
too.
characters that we saw. Yeah. But
Yeah.
but you are right. He was using Katana in grands. So this could be
gotcha.
a brand new matchup.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, we'll see.
Very interesting.
I think I expected to be Ermac, but you know, I didn't expect T1000 last time, so could be anything, I suppose.
I mean, given the effectiveness that we just saw of it.
It played great, no doubt, but he also in the match right before that had, I'm now realizing, 2 3-0s in a row over Young Monster and previously over Hourglass with 2 different characters, Homelander and then T1000. So,
Janet Cage.
And obviously likes
It
what he
is
was
T1000.
seeing and feeling with the T1000 here.
The first of many.
Earth Realm Police on the scene of the crime.
Round 1. Fight.
I love all the outfits of T1000 in this game.
yeah, it's great, yeah.
That British.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious, yeah.
Spiked
for
him. First time we got the double overhead blocked, but there becomes the mind game of the goop. And how many things you have to think about when he gets to that stage of the layer, David, gets very interesting because you have to check him with a mid, and you have to wait until he's behind you, or do you check him with a quick one while he's still in front of you?
Yep,
How much
just a
distance
mix.
has passed? Does he instantly spike?
Right, exactly.
The layers. Okay, dominating round again.
And into the corner.
Round 2.
Kale killing it in the corner, actually, too. As Homelander or as T1000.
Yeah, here's where he's
It's a
made
chain.
his opponents their new home.
That makes up 4-3, 4, etc., etc. A couple of different cancel points into ticks, into low or overhead.
Oh, and once you pop, the fun doesn't stop. That was an input error, I'm guessing.
Absolutely, yeah, I think so.
Or he would have point blank block him. You never know.
You never know. Big Whip Punish, of course, rewinds out, but man, he's got to get back in there and make it happen. I don't know. Whoa, okay, Mavado. And that is going to be game number 1 online Kale. So that went about as strongly for him as it possibly could have, and he's going to really put a fine point on it. Really make sure that he sees the point. Trying to be incisive, you know? Cut right through all the bad business and just make sure that he knows what Rewind's capable of.
Game 1 fatal.
Really just see it through, you know? Game 1 fatal. So what's the choice now for Rewind?
He has a
Ermac
lot of characters.
He
as
does.
well. There's some that are talked about as being a potential answer to T1000 in the form of like a general or maybe a Reiko, but
T1000.
you know, what do you do full screen in the rushdown? I don't think that Rewind has been using Reiko since the patch. I think he doesn't like that kind of new archetype of
You
him.
aren't a threat.
And he's gonna stick it out with Ermac.
Yeah, pretty different character options now. So yeah, okay, so sticking with Ermac makes sense. And already. Into the corner already. Knocking the broom off of the floor.
Oh
What
no.
are they gonna sweep with? Look at all these cool designs that they put into the sand. You guys are just walking all over. Command grab. Again, that very dangerous mix-up out of the string.
Yeah, and that 4-3 string, 2 overheads exist in it, ladies and gentlemen. Which means that behind those 2 overheads, the low mix is threatening twice. Now, off of both of those double mix-ups, at any point, he can also command grab. And that is where the lethality of this character's mix truly comes from and is based around. And there it is, the 4-3 string. Is it command grab? No, just let it rip. And
Yeah, it is unsafe, so you want to have something that makes you safe. But Rewind's still stuck there.
to
Yeah.
use that really interesting overhead of T1000s with the double hit. That's chargeable. Great usage of it so far from Kale, but that was some beautiful space in my rewind. Knew the punch was going to be there, and now we get a huge cash out. Is it the setup?
Is it the setup?
Or is it
Again,
the
that setup
damage?
where he has Janet go low and he's floating up, or does the overhead attack right away from this guy?
A drop, it looked like he was going for damage. It's about 600.
Pretty
Not
good.
gonna matter. That's going to be the round.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good if you drop your combo to 585.
Yeah.
Fight.
Not a bad day at the office. Great trade there.
That mine was for safety just in case he had gotten blocked on him.
And
Kale staying away, waiting until Movado's back.
And as you see there, mine doesn't have the craziest cooldown. Movato's already back to the usage, which means command grabs launching.
Hey. Rewind in, trying to move anyway. Looking for some commitment by Kale. Oh boy, not a lot of characters can get big normals like that to chase down Nurmak from that range, but there it is. Block on the low, man, shout outs. Blocking right. Again! Interrupting Kale. Plenty of meter, plenty of Movado to go up 2 games to 0.
Plenty of Movato, plenty of Bravado as well. 2-0.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think Kale lacks for bravado, for sure.
T1000.
He wants the run back with Sonic that has been on his mind, I think, every waking moment of every hour of every day. Even when he has to go to school, he's thinking about the run back with Sonic Fox.
You're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah.
Probably right, indeed. You know, he gets home, does a little bit of homework, and he does homework in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
T1000.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
At least I hope so. Tony.
Oh, yeah. I bet. Yeah.
He better be doing his homework
He better. I'm sure.
Janet
and stay in school.
Movado.
Yep,
But,
100%.
Also, look at him at 15 years old, and the opportunities here in Mortal Kombat has been awesome to see as well. Just watching a FGC household continue
Round 1.
into the new age.
No,
It's
no
beautiful.
Reiko, no Shao. He's got to run it on Ermac now. Got to get 3 in a row as this character. And it starts off in much the same way that it has. Kale getting the hit and getting the corner within 10 seconds yet again. He's here. Well, a slight drop from him.
A drop, but the damage has certainly been done, and no. Everyone else in that situation has held onto their meter, rewind, unafraid in an 0-2 situation. To say, I am unafraid, young man.
Oh, dude, the stand 2 is actually really useful in a matchup like this. Yeah, in that situation. Far fast poke. Not poke.
And Online
Far
Kill
fast
worked on his
starter.
third 3-0 in a row
Fight.
on this loser's run against some of the best in this entire competition. Activating a little bit of what we know from, you know, comparing Online Kill to Fox and how he was at the age. We're seeing a little bit of Fox factor here in loser's side from him.
True. Oh, he held on to that thing the whole time. Into the Janet, always a lot of damage, whether it's forward throw or back throw with this team. Looking for a commitment. And when he happened to try it again, well, okay, Kale didn't get the combo he wanted, surely. Got the corner now. Waiting for Movado, maybe? I don't know, but rewind's there first.
Ooh, such a gorgeous proximity OS there, too. Only caught him because the against another 4-3. And because of that, Rewind finally has a round.
Final
Maybe something to build on here.
fight.
If you can get a round, you can get a game. If it bleeds, you can kill it.
Well, what if it didn't bleed?
Oh, wait. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, no. Throw it in the lava. Throw it in the lava.
yeah. Actually, there is lava in this. There's lava. There's at least hot fire that's hot enough that Havoc's face has never recovered. You see what that man can recover from.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Online Kale in here, into the corner.
Just
Big
needs
pressure.
one hit now. A breaker will be there for a rewind. About to get a single hit. He can survive. Will Online Kale take us on a journey, and he will all the way to grand finals. for this young man. 3-0, convincing victory over Rewind. The vet looking strong so far in Pro Comp this year, but will not be playing for the West spots for Final Combat. It will be Online Kale versus Sonic Fox again.
Wow.
From the run back at Texas Showdown, and just moments ago.
Yeah, incredible play to have, as you mentioned, go 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 9 in a row at this point. It's actually more than that. I'm not looking at the full losers run. He lost 1-3.
Oh, it's 4.
Versus Young Monster. Then 3-0 over King Gambler, 3-0 over Hourglass of Rain, 3-0 over Young Monster, 3-0 over Rewind. He has not lost a game in 12 straight.
That's pretty frightening if you're looking at it.
I don't care who you're up against, like, or who your opponent is. That is going to be scary to look at.
It's
See
a
this big freight train.
Yeah, it is an actual freight train coming, and that's what this character might do to you in the game. We've seen it. Online kill,
for sure.
Sonic 4.
Chasing them down throughout the LA River, you know, in the big, the huge truck that he found, right?
Yep. That he commandeered.
Chasing all the way through.
Commandeering. Yep.
Yeah. That's right. That's exactly what
Not
Kale's doing right now. And, you know, at 15, one might be tempted to say, oh, this young kid, he's just getting by on characters, whatever. Let me tell you a parable of somebody who said that about a 15-year-old, 14, 15-year-old player who we just thought was using whatever stupid character. Batgirl, come on. Just guessing right over and over again.
Absolutely carried, by the way.
Completely carried by this absurd mix-up character.
Would never have won if Batgirl didn't exist.
Never have won if Batgirl didn't exist. No, for sure. Yeah, that was Pick of the Hutt's grand finals to lose at EVO, whatever year that was. And that was me.
That's a long time ago.
Let me tell you the story of me being on commentary when that was happening. And me, you know, knowing Pig for a few years at that point, thinking he's a really good player, and thinking like, this Batgirl would get got with any other character.
Yep.
They're never gonna make anything in the FGC. Like, this is it. Like, congrats on lucking out.
Yep.
And it was Sonic Fox. So you can be wrong, folks, by talking about somebody like Online Kale or Sonic Fox. Rewind's been at that age. We have had a bunch of players in our scene who have been that teenage killer, who over the years show up big time. And here it is. It's that former teenager, Sonic Fox, now in their 20s, one of the best fighting game players of all time, absolutely in any scene, and Online Kale on the other side, maybe on that same path. Do not be surprised if he's on that same path here in Grand Final.
And I gotta tell you real quick, I said the same thing myself personally, David, to a player back in 2016 as well, who I thought was utterly carried by a character named Tarkatan Alien. I thought that once that character was nerfed, we'd never see him ever again, and his name was Tweety, and he just won the last tournament moments ago, NA East. I told him to his face he was never gonna be good once Alien got nerfed, and I was proven wrong 700 times over. Here we are.
That's how it goes, man. Here we are in Grand Finals. I mentioned that they played this long set against each other, and I watched it, and it was something like 35-15 in favor of Fox. But even that, if you're at the age of Kale, that couple weeks ago, that's like a long time in your life. He told me he's been playing for a year and a half. Let me tell you, I haven't said half a year in forever. Half a year in my age is irrelevant. Doesn't matter as a length of time. But for somebody as young as him, that really matters. It really is. So I'm looking for him to have made some changes in the meantime.
It's like a hyperbolic time chamber in their own mind where they can do in 8 hours what takes us 800 sometimes. Oh, the range!
Yeah, the big two. Before that, waiting for the bomb, even though he had a chance to get pressure, but he's aware enough to just hang out.
Long Kale off to a huge start here. Spacing. Superb, watching that back two whip, and then the perfectly timed forward dash, because that is not easy to do, because you could go into the active frames of the back two to get the punish. Kale getting sent back to the corner. Yeet. Time to guess yourself, kid.
Yep. And let's see what the defense is. It's not just about offense. You got to have the good D. Obviously very difficult to do against this character and player. Use Movado! Oh!
One of the great answers to the Cyrax Casino is the Movado mine. It will go out there and at least make her have to, again, think in some of these pressure situations and bomb situations.
Didn't have Movado recall because of that mine. It takes a full cameo. He's there. No, not in time.
But not enough hit advantage.
Well, Fox was hoping that that bomb would explode a little bit earlier, I guess. Yeah, and Mavado's ready. And
Hold
Kale
on.
will be one mix-up away.
Oh, he actually had a second Movado, but wanted to take away the wake up. Smart. And that advancement of the string, the presence and awareness around the bombs with the single uses of movement have been incredible. Sonic staying alive though on the hunt.
Oh, they are both so worried.
Missing spikes.
Jumping away. Kale's defense 10 on the clock. Can he survive this? 7 on the clock. No, back one to start it off. And with Fatal Blow, yeah, which will freeze the timer, Fox will stay in this game. Wow.
Wasn't sure if Serena would be on cooldown post daggers, but sure enough, Sonic knowing it on command with 3 seconds left.
Was really the only solution that Fox had, was to find some very quick route into Fatal Blow.
As if it was Manifest Destiny. Give me the hit again. Drain the meter. Look, he's gonna have a good bit after this. See, I lied. It's getting drained again. There we go.
Again, let's see the defense. It was Mavado mine last time. Mavado mine!
Again. Saving
And
him.
the bounce! Kill. Fox immediately taking their turn, not waiting to see whether there's grab at the end of that or not. Overhead.
Serena catching the normal means that back two was coming in hot and ready. And Sonic. Game breaker? No! Denied completely, and it's 1-0. 2 games away from a Sonic Fox victory and a secured final combat position. In theory, I don't think it'd be the case, just knowing Sonic. But Sonic could, if they win this tournament, just sit at home for the rest of the pro competition.
You're right. I think you're also probably right that doesn't
won't
seem
be the
like
case,
Sonic
yeah.
Fox. But
That doesn't really seem like Sonic, but just saying.
But you're right.
That could be the case, or you know, if Sonic wanted to. But likely we'll see Sonic at some of the big ones like Evo, and I'm sure a bunch more. And I think Sonic even said that Sonic's really been liking this patch and has wanted to travel to all the tournaments anyway, no matter
I
what.
saw them say that as well. Yeah.
Justification is
So back to the same team. I thought it was good. I mean, after all, if you think back to the second round, Kale was literally 3 seconds away from having taken that first game. So sticking with this makes a lot of sense.
And I'm wondering if this is something that Kale has been saving for this moment. He's like, I'm only breaking it out when I'm playing for Final Combat.
I actually am curious about that too, something I was going to bring up too. I wonder if part of the reason that he went with this against Rewind was to start getting...
It ready for this?
Yeah, exactly. Start warming it up. Here he is. Oh, regular grab, or raw grab, I should say. You rarely see. He didn't even have Mavado to call.
Unhand me.
Say the one tap.
This is some great zoning from Sonic Fox with bombs alone. It's gonna negate their activation. Big hit
There's
for
that
Kale.
really big range right there where you can't feel comfortable about throwing bombs in this match. Oh, nice work. Because in that range, and we've often seen this already, Kale can just do the low stab.
There's a mine.
His defense is so huge! The reason he's in this thing in a way that so few other players have been is his defense. It's not just his offense. Yeah, that's great. So is everybody else's. It's his defense, man.
You almost summoned it right there. An up block out of nowhere, taking round 1 of the second game. Both sides of the field look so strong. When you're top 10 in offense and defense, you got a pretty good team. So he plays around these bombs, tried to start up a low spike right there. Instead, he got spiked. Oh, the goop.
And blocked in time, too.
Just in case that armor went blocked right there. No Vlad to pick up, though.
Yeah, still on cooldown. Oh! Fox taking a turn in a key moment. Could have been Kale to start things off, to mount pressure, to get out of the corner. But again, his defense is just killer. everybody else has had such trouble with these Cyrex sets. It's gotta bring it out again. We gotta see if he can it again. Or not.
Sonic giving a
Is
rare
he in time?
gift. No, it was a single shot. If it was a double, I think we would have had a match. I was on the hunt. I'm scared.
And the jump comes out. Sonic Fox first time neutral jumping over command grab.
Final round. Fight.
Walks forward, out of it, very confident neutral.
Like that Cyrex turns this from a fighting game into a platformer.
Again, you just
Real
can't
quick.
comfortably throw bombs there. Oh. No Movado?
No Movado. Very interesting. I wonder if it was for a maybe a little American reset, dare I say?
No big pickup. Here it is, though. The confirm will surely come, and Kale's out. Movado. He wants grab. The not breakable stuff. He won't call Movado. He wants pressure.
Also breakable as well. Shoto throw. Didn't want to overcommit and does there. That would have at least given Sonic Fox an opportunity to mix, but Kale will instead tie us up in a game apiece.
I feel like he was going for a brutal there. It didn't work out. But, yeah, dude, I love the solutions that we've seen from Kale. Defensively, in my mind, that's the biggest standout. That's been huge. That he's been able to escape these situations that have been so deadly for everybody else, that have kept him alive, that have gotten him out, that have given him another chance at offense. Yes, his offense is also really good. The mix-ups are great. He wouldn't have survived if not for that defense.
What I feel like feeds his offense and his defense, especially his defense. I've only gotten to play that young man once, and it was at Texas Showdown. It was for quite a bit, and I'd been looking forward to that for a very long time, and I was so impressed with his knowledge and how quickly he accesses it in his brain. That's what truly like mesmerized me is how actively he can access the knowledge and then just work around it in real time. In every matchup, like in every character's tools and options, he's so knowledgeable in the situations to be able to adapt.
Got another chance. And nothing. Up block, and now he's got the pressure. Very quick turnaround. No Movado to call quite yet. And he takes the big risk up close, where in corner you do get stuff.
And that's what you can be looking at when you're fighting T1000 and he's pressuring you without Movado. You're like, okay, low's not a threat in the corner. Just kidding. Keep guessing.
Grab again. Sonic's only jumped out of one. You gotta make a tough read. Got him again!
The raw spike. Another round? No, not yet. For the overhead.
Fox looking for the overhead there, and that allowed Fox to get out of the corner. Yeah, key moment there where Kale had committed to up block, looking for the overhead end of that string, that allowed Fox to teleport while T1000 was looking up to the sky.
It's a pretty crazy scaling for just a stand button and the fatal right there too.
Pretty good.
Oh, pretty good. Hello.
Yep. Okay, all this out of a rando hit.
Random down one and into full combo. That's Mortal Kombat. That's as MK9 as it gets. Big conversion once more, and we're working on a steamroll. Went for the dome.
Fox not even bothering with the breaker here.
And after the headshot, it's a final round.
Final round. Fight.
See that? Even Sonic, unafraid to just say, all right, you got it.
This time didn't even think about you. Up block, it was right into pressure. So we're seeing very quick on the draw adaptations here from Kale. He's gone for the ender on that string every time until right there. Fox again holding onto the bar. Oh boy, it was close.
Great reset.
Big read!
To move forward, and this is it. Online Kale has 2 Movados. Be close for the kill, for the setup. Instead, doesn't do the slide. Instead, saving. And does the same exact risk to win games. That was this deja vu all over again, where if that gets blocked, Sonic could sequence him to death, I feel like. That is insane. Back-to-back high-risk, high-reward situations going in his favor.
Yeah, I just want to, you know, again, make clear to everybody, like, that is a big risk to take, as you're saying. But, like, don't think of this as being that, you know, Kale doesn't need to take risks. Like, he is taking risks here. He's just, he's right a lot. And now, again, it's a good set of mix-ups. You know, I don't want to underplay it, but nevertheless, you do take risks.
Serena, Movado, the Chaos.
So, still in this, though, on both sides.
Survival.
And not even going to be over, of course, if this set goes to KO. We're going to have a second set if that is what happens.
Yes, we will. That cushion we talked about earlier. Sonic Fox still in winners. That's why the L is next to Online Kill's name. He's on the loser's side. He has to put Sonic Fox in losers first and then try to eliminate them. Everyone gets 2 lives here. And Kale could not ask the Elder Gods for a better start here.
Son of Online Tony. Hey, finally guessing right is Sonic Fox.
And let's see
Into
what
their pressure now.
Let's see what one right guess leads to.
That's the question. Leads to loss of meter. Leads to pressure. Leads to Movado, but wow. Jump
First
just
time
the right
line.
moment, and it's a big turn of the tables. No Movado call, but still it's good damage. No confirm? Oh, Sonic Fox so consistent on that with the confirm into goop, and there, no, it was into the overhead. And that is reset point. Kale, would Kale reset on Fox? It's close.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to look too far into the future, but we could be witnessing already the start of what could be an incredible rivalry in Mortal Kombat 1 and potentially anything moving forward. This is awesome.
No doubt. Kale setting the table for the reset. Close on this. There's the escape. And into the low. He misses though. No up block this time. Oh my god. If Fox's idea was to bait the up block and get something like a grab, that's not what came. It was Kale getting ahead of that, reading ahead of that, resetting against Sonic Fox. 3 games to 1. The instant adaptation, the instant understanding of what somebody like Fox, that highest level, would do. Wow. That is incredible play right there by Online Kale.
The last 15 games.
Wow.
Sorry, the last 16 games that Kale has played in this tournament, he's won 15.
And remind me who he's played against?
Serena.
From losers round 1, Online Kale, 3-0 over King Gambler, 3-0 over Hourglass of Rain, 3-0 over Young Monster, 3-0 over Rewind, and has now reset the bracket 3-1 against Sonic Fox.
Fight.
That is a monumental run, no matter how this ends.
For sure. Okay, sick walk forward, anti-air. Fox gets to start things pretty early, relatively speaking. This time too early on the grab. Nah, the Buki forward medium kick not working out.
Whilst blocking the advantage strength of Sonic Fox is right there. Kale already putting Fox to the corner. This is where all of his victims have fallen prey, but Sonic returns the sender.
Yeah, really quick understanding by Fox. When there haven't been Movados to call, Kale backs off and waits for them to come back. So Fox was looking for that backwards walk, and they were right.
The mine still converted? Unbelievable.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, yeah. Yeah, block, there's a bomb though.
Nice forward movement.
Ooh, just as he was coming up.
He decided to surface for air at the wrong time. Looking for him to react to it. It's like there's Kale.
Yeah, he's really trying to hold on to that like 2/3-ish range. Oh, late on the goop.
Which is that max distance spike range.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo! That's been really hard for people to react to and punish tonight. I wasn't even ready for the commitment. Fox. Getting the sequence going. Lucino, but he missed the input right there. Instant jump into the corner. Or maybe trying to make an early read.
Maybe trying to get away from mine. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was.
Uh-oh.
But Fox still in a great position. Still here in the corner. It's one more meaty setup. It's mine, and Fox has to block. Fox instantly had to respect.
And even at worst, you know, forcing that one block, like, resets kind of the position where you're not in an immediate guess situation.
But this does mean that for a little while now, Movado's not going to be there. Oh, okay, so Fox moves forward. Really good understanding of what was likely to come right there.
That was crazy to kind of go for the sweep and the liquid metal going right onto it. Very smart stuff. The Fox.
Level 386 on his account. He's been playing a little bit of MK.
How? How the scaling gets crazy after like 70. Right? After like 70.
Cyrax.
Good work.
You guys are crazy.
Movado. Serena.
It's a reset bracket. It's 1-0 in Sonic Fox's favor in this wonderful event that has been NA West, the final regional qualifier for pro competition online just for this weekend. But 6 out of the 10 online regional finalists will be set. Brazil, Mexico, LATAM South, and LATAM North. Still to be determined later this year. I think about a month. So I don't have the exact date in my mind. I know it's shortly after Brazil next week. Going for a ride? Yes.
And again, that was the moment just before this where Kale was waiting there for Movado to come back until he had him. He wants to make all those mixes count. Fox is out. Bomb! Okay. Yeah! Wow, sick. What an interruption. What a little challenge from Kale to bring out standing string. A lot of people would panic and something like down one. Not Kale. Well, man, Serena's out, so wasn't going to be a lot of damage out of the back one. Oh, cameo cancel. Here's Kale.
Overhead.
Woo!
Disrespected by Fox right there. But that's something that you say to yourself, high risk, high reward. If this works, I get the corner, and it's time to play my game. Look at that safe on block with a -8 on the back two. Unhand me.
That it's not going to work as an overhead, right? That works because sometimes the opponent's pressing a button or it's a low crush or whatever, but
or it's so
Kale's level,
slow that it just
yeah, right.
Gets you.
It's a Gookie 4 media. Out of there. Kale threatening to take this, moving forward again, trying to be in that 2/3 screen range. Oh, dash up, command grab. He's got a couple Movados.
I mean, my reaction is by what Sonic Fox attempted. Like, the audacity to, I think Sonic Fox read forward dash and was going to meet that forward dash with an active command grab, which is really high level, and not a lot of people do that.
T1000 win.
That is very scary, but Kale, unfazed, didn't fall for it. Actually looked like he baited it with a micro forward dash into nothing, and then the forward dash grab as a response.
It is super high level.
This is a tournament match right here. Or this is a match, guys.
You were right to say earlier that regardless of the result here, this is
T1000
Kale like announcing that, you know, for however long he wants to be playing fighting games, he's going to be one of the best in our scenes.
Is there for genocide?
And it's only just begun at this young age.
15 years old, grew up playing fighting games with his dad, Tony, who of course made Evo Top 8 MK9. This is MK12. Here's his son doing it big. Bomb! Oh, let's go, that was sick.
Is it to be? Wake up, jump. Right back at you, says Kale. From what Sonic Fox did to him in the last game into 415. Man, that is a costly mistake.
Try that up block.
Maybe out goes under the dagger. Hopefully Sonic taking punishment there. The single shot of Serena is so fast that the recoveries actually saved Sonic a couple times. Menacing.
Yeah.
I'm scared. the best kick, the best backdoor animation in the game. Look at that thing.
It's so cool. Yeah, she looks great, man. Okay, forward throw. Usually it's been back one, so I mean, against Cyrex, you default to one tech. Usually back one. Trying to chase? No. Oh, duck first. Both of them trying to take this round. Big round.
Time. He just slipping. Oh, what? And that is going to optimally punish that.
Come on.
I'm done.
Amazing response. Fingers just itching on those triggers.
How
itching to press them.
That's kind of what I was talking about earlier about this young man David, is how quickly he recognized the situation in what would, optimally, you know what I mean? Insane.
What I love about this match is that it's not just these two extreme mix of characters. Like, the neutral game is super important in the way that they're playing. That's like real high level stuff. Is that it's not just about the mix-ups, man. Like, you gotta find the mix-up first. You gotta find the hit. It is not coming for free, that's for sure.
None have. Got a counter hit right there. Sonic was pressing after the back two. Bombs ahoy.
Underneath the goop. Fox trying to come in. What a moment to read. And the Kale, again, aware. Knew that he couldn't press the button because the bomb would have been there. Yo, Kale again with the confirmation. Again, he's in. And again, it's Fox out. Ducking as he needs. Slide.
Open perfectly right now.
Okay.
Spike and
it's gonna be Oki in two. He's there on the other side, Kale. Not to do it, not quite. He chases down. 2-1 online Kale.
intro brutality, which is only feeding into Kale's mentality right now. The Sigma is only growing.
T1000 wins.
Guys, unbelievably,
you talked
online
earlier about-
Kale is a game away.
It was big news 10 years ago that somebody would double eliminate Sonic Fox, as you were talking about, right? We still remember that somebody like Young Monster did that 10 years ago, almost. To do that now, at the age of 15, to qualify for Final Kombat in doing so,
Oh my goodness.
I mean, that is of the age.
This
That is announcing, as we've said, that you are here as one of the best players in the scene. You could beat anybody. You could beat the Evo champ. You could beat one of the greatest players of all time in 2 back-to-back sets. Just a couple of weeks after getting stomped by him online. To have made that change so fast, online Kale on defense, in neutral like this, the start again comes in neutral. And then on offense is just killing it.
This match has been so good that I completely forgot just what is at stake, and that is a place at Final Kombat, and how huge it would be for online Kale. Sonic still having multiple chances. But for us to see the prodigy there guaranteed would be insane. And what a start to this round. Hold on a second. Has already got the game plan going, which is to the corner, challenges the teleport perfectly, and then here we go. Command grab Movado. He's going to go for the unbreakable setup, and Sonic Fox is going to aggressively hold on to the meter and just let this round go. It is now tournament point for online Kale.
Round 2.
Kale. Can he keep it together? Big moment for him to qualify or not. To take down Fox in 2 sets straight. Fox out of there right away. Looking for the Serena call again.
That was so
Kale.
good on the bomb.
His reactions cannot be tested. Fox is there every single time trying to try it, trying to test it out. And no, Kale has it. Again on blocks defensively. Fox, man, backing off. Just hasn't worked out at this range. Navigating the minefield, the literal bomb minefield here is Kale. Over as well. And he's honestly 2 hits away. He tries it. Oh man, he's getting frisky.
Mixed range, it's a grab, throw combo, and here we go. The full overhead. Some decent damage here off the mine combo. It's what's the setup here. There's no OTG to take out the wake up, and the aggression from Sonic Fox is unbelievable right now, but my costume, no meter now.
Kale, 1 hit away. If it's the right one, yes, of course, out of there. While you still have the bar. If he finds the next hit, Aquaman, you know he's moving through. But it's Fox
Sonic,
instead. Fox finds it.
Looking to activate that Fox factor with 14 seconds on the clock. Going for the grab.
It's mine.
And that is
Just get
unbelievable. Is he going to go for time? No, I thought he was going to turn into the
Got
orb
him.
to raise his hitbox, but Sonic Fox, that reaction through the fury and the flames that were on the screen. Sensational.
They're both trying it out on the mashing. You can see, is it enough? It is. Sonic Fox still in this thing.
I can't believe
Kale was one hit away. Can Fox keep it together? If anybody can, it's Fox. No longer throwing those bombs from range here. Respecting Kale's reactions in that neutral.
It's
Waited
crazy
until
how-
the whiff, and then they throw the bomb. Perfect choice. Setting things up, but all that said, Kale. Check! On reaction yet again, it's the defense time after time that saved him. Fox out
There's
of it.
Sonic having an answer. Immediately back, but oh no, the grab moved his hitbox back onto the bomb.
Kale so worried about up. Oh, the one time he doesn't do it is when Fox hits the string. Here's Kale now. No Movado to call. Can he find 2-3 more hits? Can Fox find it from far away? Setting things up again is the intention. Out of the sky! What a pickup,
go.
Kale. Sonic Fox will break on the next one.
Forced here. Kale.
And now, again. Knew that Sonic Fox was not going to complete the string. Can he find any hit? The low? Can he get it? Kale to take down Sonic Fox 2 sets in a row to qualify for no. Any chip, and he finally does have it. Online Kale qualifies for a final combat over Sonic Fox. Sigma's never quit mogging.
Ladies and gentlemen, your NA West regional champion and final combatant, the prodigy of a former Mortal Kombat Evo medalist, one of the first to ever grace our entire competitive community, his son, years later, now a final combatant, Online Kale. Congratulations. I know Online Tony's out there with the biggest smile on his face from cheek
Losing
to
it.
cheek.
Losing it.
Congratulations.
No doubt. No doubt. man.
Unbelievable performance
No
from
doubt.
start to end. Undeniably an incredible Mortal Kombat 1 tournament.
Look at that run. On that loser's side, Gambler, Hourglass, Young Monster, Rewind, all the way through all of them, 12 games in a row. And then to take down Sonic Fox, not in one set, but in 2 sets, to double jeopardy Sonic Fox in grand finals. The list of people who have done that over the last dozen years is small. It's not 10. It's just a small handful of people the whole time. And here, Online Kale, having played for a year and a half competitively only, is already at the level where he has added his name to that pantheon.
A pantheon he's added to indeed, and we will see that young man at Final Combat later this year. Hopefully at some more stops as well. Looking to stay warm for it. But just an unbelievable performance. Kale, we'll be looking at you in the future for sure. Everyone's saying it right now in the chat that, David, we're in a new era.
He's arrived, man. There's no doubt.
He has arrived.
There's no doubt. It's rare that you know it. It's like you know that you're living through history, right? Like it's like a moment like this where like you see somebody who is so young and is already so strong and has improved so fast from already what was a good starting point.
And I got to tell you, man,
You know, they're going the whole way.
The whole community's getting behind him too. While at Texas Showdown, it was such a surreal feeling in the crowd of you could feel the crowd lifting Kale up kind of to that level of this is our next guy. And it was such a kind of cool, surreal feeling there in the crowd of Texas Showdown. And it's looking like that's exactly what the case is now in the live chat as well, as I'm seeing on Twitch. Everyone going crazy for this young man. It's not over yet for him. You will be seeing him compete for the World Championship later this year. Congratulations. And to everyone in this, it's everyone all day, all of our regional finalists.
True.
Congratulations. I'll go through them all real quick. From Middle East, Tekken Master will be a representative. From Oceanic, FGC Boy. From EU East, Anna's Bananas. From EU West, Connie Mani. From NA East, Tweety. And from NA West, Online Kale. Those are your first 6 final combatants of the 2025 season, everyone.
Man, you know, I just want to say like it is amazing to have known somebody since they were a little baby. And, you know, I'm not I haven't known him the whole time. I haven't been close to him the whole time, but I met Kale when he was a baby, when Tony brought him around one time, and to have seen that, you know, and to have been around still and still be watching and seeing that there is such strength in the community. It's not just back in the day, but like there's such strength in the community moving forward too. You know, that really makes me feel something big as an older guy in the scene here, in my 40s now. To see that there is a 15-year-old kid who I've known is just an amazing fact of life. To know that we're in that stage of the second generation of top players is amazing. Shout outs to the FGC, man. Very strong.
Absolutely. Shouts to you guys, and thank you so much for being here with us on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. 4 tournaments. If you were here with us all day, you guys are legends. This has been 13 hours of incredible Mortal Kombat across 4 regions. Just today, 6 regions this weekend. That is this online portion of the tour. Only 4 more online regions left: Brazil, Mexico, LATAM South, LATAM North, taking place in just a month and some change, I believe. And then we've got, of course, all the offlines coming up. Gamescom in just a few days. On Friday, Gamescom Brazil goes down, a demigod event with one of the most stacked regions on planet Earth. Brazil itself is incredible. You're going to see nothing but killers that you may not have seen before. There's a Sub-Zero Sonya out there that's causing havoc. There's other 14 and 15-year-olds that they have that they said are some of the best players. So it's only just going to get even crazier from here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. David, I'll give it to you to close us out. Take us home, man.
Thanks a lot to everybody for watching. Shout outs again to Online Kale. Shout outs again to Sonic Fox. I'm really looking forward to the next time you guys meet.
Your shapeshifting is so elegant, so refined.
It makes us more efficient killers.
Fight!
Have you seen John Connor?
John Connor? Dude, you've got Johnny Cage.
not a man. You're a machine.
A T-1000 advanced prototype. Liquid metal.
Finish him. Fatality. T-1000 wins. Flawless victory.
Have you two been practicing my lessons?
As we can. The harvest leaves us little time for martial arts.
Since your first words, Kung Lao, you've mouthed nothing but excuses. If you fail to prepare,
Your preparations will fail.
Finish him. Flawless victory.
Hill got caught in the fatal blow, Zap! You're joking. Unbreak! That is going to be the end of Combo Breaker.